Why we was good. Now I hear noise.
It's not
We
me.
was good.
It's not me.
And now somebody headphones or something tripping. Somebody move Boo up.
I don't know.
Let me. It ain't me, is it?
It's Boo up. I know who it
That's
is.
Boo Up. Okay, Boo Up. Okay.
Damn, blow up.
Oh, man, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Start of the show.
I mean, I'm not the only one here, but what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of From the Sideline. I'm your host, Troy, and I am back. I am back with the boys. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
The OG crew is in the building. That's what we on
crew
right now.
is in the damn building. It's looking like the perfect setup. Somebody got echo. Boo up. Your mic going crazy.
Where's Boo Up?
That's how you start the show, man. That's how you started when Trent and GK is back. You start the show with some technical mic issues. But yeah, man, we got a G Baby back in the building. What's up, G Baby?
Y'all already know what time it is, man. Hey, we finna get into it.
Let's see if Boo out back in the building.
Is it better or what?
I mean, it's better.
It sound like I still sound like you plugging up your Nintendo 64, but
Right.
You good. It ain't as worse as it
Nintendo
was.
64 is crazy.
Boy, that's classic. That's classic. Y'all don't know nothing about that, man.
I rocked the Nintendo 64 for a long time. We got GK. Are you with me? What's up, GK?
What's going on, man?
Good.
It's good to have you.
Happy
back,
to be
brother.
here.
We're gonna see. Gonna see if you still got that little firecracker in you. What's up, Trent?
Yo, what up? Chilling.
Got the Houston State. How is it over there, brother?
Yeah, it's cool. You know,
Cool.
Cooler, it's hot. It's probably hot as hell.
Not for the sure. It's like I think it's 100 out there right now.
102, 103,
Golly.
something like that.
It's not raining in Houston.
100.
Nah, it's
Nah,
not raining in Houston.
Nah.
Usually when it rains in Houston, that's why we get the rain when it rain over there. So it's raining over here now.
it's sunny as hell out here.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It's still 90 though. It's still 90 degrees out here.
Yeah,
but it's raining.
you
Hey,
know,
not out here.
It's like a little 80
What's
out
the
here.
NBA in the house?
Nah, it's dark, it's cloudy, it's storming, and it's 90 degrees.
Nah, it's not hot out here. But what's up, SB? SB Talk Sports back in the
Real
building.
takes over fake debates. What's going on, family?
Real takes over fake debates. Now, listen, let me address something real quick. You guys remember a little while ago, after the playoffs, I'm gonna do the mail. I just got a point, and it's not more towards you guys. It's more towards the guys on TikTok that was telling me I didn't know what the hell I was talking about when I said Tatum was playing hurt. Yeah, he came out on the podcast and said it. Yeah. So I was correct on my analysis of saying that Tatum was not 100%. All right, suck it. That's all I had to say.
So what was it?
It was a fracture in his hand.
He had a fracture in his wrist.
Was it a shooting him?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, that bad if it's shooting him. Everybody hurt in the playoffs now. We making no excuses now.
Nah. I didn't say he was injured. I said he was hurt. Two different things.
I mean,
And he said everybody get hurt in the playoffs.
Everybody
get hurt in the playoffs. And all I was saying around the talk about Boston while they beat up teams because everybody was hurt that they was playing hurt too. Come on, don't do it. Everybody get hurt in the playoffs. Right.
Yeah, we do. Everybody hurt, right?
Warlock.
Knicks, sores. Everybody need the icy hot around that time. That's cool.
Yeah.
Injury he missed all them shots. Them shot attempts, We ain't gonna say
Nah,
that
word, but the risk that it was affecting them. You feel me? But nah, I mean, I don't want to harp on it. I just wanted to tell those guys on TikTok to suck it.
I mean, there's a route I could go with this, but it's okay. I got other business.
Take the route. It's fine.
I got other business to attend to.
Don't think I don't got the damn ammunition in the gun.
It's
Don't
okay.
think
I rock with Jay. I told Jay Tatum my favorite player, so I ain't gonna do.
I'm not making an excuse. I just said I was correct in my analogies when I said to Theo that Jason Tatum was hurt. That's all I said. I'm not making excuses for him. He should play better.
All
But
right.
I mean,
If you say,
I mean,
right, because the conversation was, right, cousin Mark is in the building. 14. Somebody, what is that?
What is what?
What is the SMU? The guy in the chat. Somebody shout his name out.
Smudgy.
Smudgy?
There you go.
Smudgy.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
I was like, SMU, what?
GK, welcome back. You know what it is over here. My brain over here like, what the fuck did this guy do? I'm just being honest. I'm not afraid to, listen.
Dang, Smudgy, he said your name a little weird.
Listen.
Yeah.
It was
He said you need to choose a new
in my process.
username.
Right? No, it's all good,
cousin
Smudgy.
Marcus.
I know your name now, Smudgy. But cousin Marcus in the chat, man. Next Monday, next Friday, what day is it? You got to let me know, man. I can't wait to get you up here so we can debate this Embiid over Joker. But G Baby's not invited to that show.
And I be hearing y'all be saying LeBron not top 10. Like I gotta.
Yeah, LeBron.
No,
we said
right
not
now?
top 5.
I'm talking about like cousin Marcus, Josh. They say.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, he's not top 5.
Dang,
That
definitely
is a
not
fact.
top 5.
No,
I was like, that is a fact. He's not top 5.
And it's debatable if he top 10 right now. It's debatable, but
Okay, no, you shouldn't. That's a drag. That's
it's
for sure a stretch. He's no lower than 8. I'm telling you right now, he's no lower than 8.
Okay, I'm not mad at that though. I'm not mad, but I'm saying don't act like it's not debatable though.
No, it's not. It's not. There's no world you can convince me that LeBron is any lower than 8.
LeBron is not top 5. Warlock.
Oh yeah, for sure he's not top 5.
Like LeBron is closer.
You don't know. You've been doing some thinking. Boo up.
No, I mean
like
if he's at
to me,
8,
it's
he's
debatable.
technically closer to 10.
No,
than 5.
definitely debatable.
If he's at
any of those guys.
That's what
Yeah,
that makes it
exactly.
debatable. If you can make that, makes it debatable.
No.
mean.
What makes it debatable
I am.
is if I can see 10, 11, 12 jumping Braun. That's what makes it debatable. I don't. Paul George,
clears
Jason
Tatum
Tatum,
and
Jimmy
KD.
Butler, Damian
That's good,
Lillard
Tyson.
are not passing Braun at all. So therefore, it's not debatable for me.
Tice. I didn't even see you popping.
Anthony Davis, when healthy, is at 9. And I don't think he can. I don't think he's passing Braun, period.
Anthony Davis, when healthy, should be top 5. That's the
Should
problem.
be, but he's not.
Yeah, that's the
Should
Oh,
problem.
he
but he's
needs
not.
to be for the Lakers, but that's a different
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2020, top 5 AD.
I
bubble
just
AD,
think
yeah.
the problem with like LeBron fans who are still trying to rank LeBron, they rank a LeBron 5 off his name instead of just looking at. I feel like LeBron at LeBron age, he should be being ranked at that caliber because then now that opens up the criticism. But when you bring the criticism, they say he old. That's why I say put him in the bottom 10 out the 10 because everything LeBron do right now in his career is just icing on the cake. It's just icing. That's it to me.
Yeah. I never challenged LeBron because LeBron's 2 all time for me. So I never challenged what he is all time. I just said right now in the league.
Uh-oh.
What is he worse at than he was however
Impact.
long ago?
Impact.
Yeah.
Impact the team. And right now, 1 through 7.
But what is the
Okay, GK.
physically?
GK, if I
Physically,
told,
nothing. It's impact. That's the only
no,
thing. That's
physically he can't play defense the same, and he
Oh,
can't,
that too.
No,
his
physically
durability-
he's a step slower.
Physically, he's slower.
So if you want to say that, that's fine. But
Durability
Then you
wise,
gotta-
he
you
can't
gotta
play
say
a whole.
that.
He can't play a
Yeah,
whole
durability
season.
is
He
effective.
can't play
Is
a whole
more effective
season.
now than
And
it
if I
was.
ever was to tell you that,
so you
LeBron
got to say
James-
that he's less durable and he's slower. Is my
But I can also say his impact to team is not as
Yes.
high as it once
well
was.
because he's
and the guys
slower
above
and less
him,
durable.
that's
Thank
fine.
you,
But
Coach.
nevertheless,
All right, so I'm
the
just
guys
trying to make
above
sense
him
of that.
have more impact
Okay.
to team than he
Thank you.
does.
What he's saying, thank you. Because if I told you, if anybody here, I told you LeBron James averaged 30 and the stats he put up for the season, you'll believe LeBron James' team will be top 5. LeBron used to carry your team into the playoffs by himself. He cannot do that no more at the age he's at. He just proved it. He
If
averaged
LeBron
30.
was averaging,
It
if
wasn't
LeBron
even
was averaging
playing.
30 on the 2018
It was
Cavs,
unimpactful,
they
yeah.
would have won 60 plus games.
Yes.
If he was averaging 30 plus.
How many games they win in 2018 period? They won like what? 55?
50.
Yes.
No, they weren't the 1 seed. They were the 4 seed. So they were like 50.
They won like 49.
Yeah.
I feel
that's
like
my
you
point,
can't
top
say
5.
that his. I mean, you can't say that his impact is less because of the team's outcome.
It is less.
Because
But the point is, we've seen LeBron take teams that probably ain't have no business getting as far as they did to the promised land.
Perfect
He
example.
can't do that
yeah,
anymore.
but that team
He
didn't have any
needs-
business winning the amount of games they did.
Because of
last
that's
year.
what we tell
And
you.
okay, so you're right, GK. You're right. That's a testament to LeBron. Now we look
Yeah.
at this year. I'm
How,
sorry.
bro?
I understand that AD missed games and Russ. I don't think he played as bad as everybody wants to make it seem, but he wasn't
I
prime
agree.
Russ. We get it.
I agree.
But even the games AD and Russ was there, they still only had a 500 record. They were barely above 500 by like a game or two. So with that being said, you had AD and you had Russ all on the team. Granted, your depth is trash. It's your fault that your depth is trash. But nevertheless, your depth wasn't as good. You do not have the same impact that we saw in 2018, 2017, even like definitely not 08 and 09 on them Cavs teams. So that's all our point is. We're not saying that we think LeBron. All we're saying is LeBron has taken a slight step back. His impact isn't the same, which is why we can't put him top 5. Because if you look at the guys who are genuinely considered top 5, Giannis has more impact to team. Jokic has more impact to team. Steph, I'm not even going to count Kawhi because he ain't played. Luka has more impact to team. A lot of people are putting Luka over him. Even KD right now, because they're pretty much neck and neck for me. At least when KD, this year, what I saw, when KD was there, they were 1 seed. The second he was out, they fell all the way to like 9, 10, or 11, whatever it was. He came back, they made it to the play-in. And made the 7 seed. Like, they won the only play-in game they had.
So 5 people.
So
Yes.
if I count Kawhi, it's for sure 6, and Embiid is where it kind of gets...
Okay, so Embiid over him too. He was an MVP. He was in the MVP conversation.
All right, so outside of those 6 or 7 people,
tell him because
nobody's better than him.
But that's what I mean.
I'm
like
get to you, Warlock.
Anybody else in the league played out that same season in his place, we're gonna win more games than LeBron did with them.
I think other than those top 7, they would have done the same or worse. That's why I don't think LeBron.
And
that's why I don't think those players are better than him.
That's fine.
And then by your logic too, because I see that Wizard jersey behind you, I think the Wizard was the worst team than the Lakers, and Russell Westbrook made the playoffs with him and Bradley Beal.
He did, and nobody ever wants to talk about that because Russ, they had it. All of a sudden the Wizards had a good team. Of a sudden, did you see the team they had? Spencer Dinwiddie, but the way they shit on him now. Who else was on that team?
Haruchi Mora.
Like all of a sudden the Wizards had a much better team, but they was shitting on them when they made the 8th seed.
And they didn't make the playoffs without
and literally the only thing that changed from Russ, like when you look at Russ's career average, the only thing that changed, he averaged 4 less points. Mm-hmm. Everything else was pretty much the same in the same part. Yeah. The turnovers even too. The turnovers, assists, rebounds, all of that was in the same of his career averages. He just averaged 4 less points.
And LeBron last year with the Cavs was 2018, right? 2018, right? It was a year by itself. You go look at that team, that's probably one of the worst. I believe that's the worst defensive team coming into the playoffs that ever made the finals. They was ranked like in the 20s. Horrible. No team has ever made the playoffs, made the finals with that record, with that being ranked that high defense.
They were playing Channing Frye and Tristan Thompson,
and that shows just LeBron impact. He can't do that no more.
That's a testament to LeBron's greatness. It's fine, but people think we take him out the top 5 just to hate on him. It's like, nah, bro. Unfortunately, even though he's still playing at a high level, he's not the same.
I also feel like
what is Trent doing?
There was a lot more variables. Like there was veterans on that team versus what guys that were getting minutes on the Lakers this past season, and then you could just tell that just the team chemistry for the Lakers on this past season was 0.
Yeah, but whose fault is that? I'm not giving him a pass because he's the one who wanted Russ there. They were trying to make trades for Buddy Hield and DeMar DeRozan. LeBron is the one that went to Pelinka and said, no, I want Russ. So therefore, I'm not giving him a pass because he asked for this. Pelinka gave him everything he wanted. He said, no, I want Russ. They could have got Buddy Hield. They could have got DeRozan. Yeah. I remember it was literally 30 minutes apart. No, the Lakers are working for a trade. I know, but it was 30 minutes apart. They were working for a trade for Buddy Hield. 30 minutes later, they're trying to make a deal for Russ. Okay. And the frustrating thing about it is that
LeBron's individual effectiveness on the basketball court.
It's not the same.
It's not nowhere near the same.
GK, those points that you said are true. He's getting older. He's a step slower. His defense is not the same. All those are true. That goes to his impact on team winning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to think
about all of it is the same.
It's just even compared to his greatness of his standard. We don't see him carry the worst of the worst teams to the number 1 seed. It was always, like I said, the 2018, I believe they was ranked 25th, 27 defensively.
They were horrible defensively.
And they made it to the finals. Any team that usually make it to the finals are at least top 5, 6, or at minimum top 10 in defense in the regular season.
And they went 7 games with the Pacers with Oladipo and the boys. And then they went 7 with rookie Jason Tatum and second gear Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
The only team they beat, which is like, oh my goodness, they beat Toronto. They swept them, and that was just ridiculous.
They scared of LeBron.
That was crazy.
And they should have beat LeBron in them.
That was the year. Like, if there was any
100%.
year Toronto was going to come over that hump, that was the year.
Yeah, it said that.
But they got
And they sold. Like, no Kyrie. Kevin Love was, I don't know what was going in his head. They was playing George Hill, and was Jay Crowder on the team, or did he get traded midseason?
And that
Jay Crowder was there, like.
That shows LeBron impact just off that alone. He literally beat the Raptors by himself. Like, honestly.
When you played DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry in the playoffs, I mean, shit, what's going to happen? Them niggas choked every time.
But you can't really say that because Kyle Lowry showed up with Kawhi. I don't know about DeMar.
He didn't have a superstar performance, but he definitely played well next to Kawhi.
I forgot that one series. You right. I'll get you.
I was like, he didn't play like a
was happy with
superstar.
that.
I was like, he didn't play like a superstar, but he definitely.
He didn't sell, you know what I'm saying? Like he usually.
Exactly.
Going to the stats.
Who?
Oh, and Ty, by the way.
Who
And Ty, by the way, I know Russ was worse this season. I just think the way they portray it, like Russ was just god awful. I think is very much a stretch. Like, absolutely not. He was not as good as he was before.
This probably
let me get to this real quick.
Yeah, it wasn't. I would say it's okay.
Oh, he's saying because of that one I said impact is situational, and
So
he said you use that for example.
Right, and Tatum wouldn't have the same impact on defense if he was playing for a team on the Rockets. So basically, what you're saying, Warlock, is if a guy is good on defense, right, and he goes to a shitty team, he would no longer be good on defense.
You're saying the impact
that whole notion that Kevin Love didn't do nothing needs to get dropped too.
Right.
I never said that.
Against the Raptors, he averaged 20 and 11.
Yeah,
right.
I never said he didn't do nothing.
What are you saying?
But I know Kevin Love. It's always the third option. Think about it.
Kevin Love was the second option. Yeah.
That year, yeah. But like when we look at like his run, we think LeBron, Kyrie, then Kevin Love. The only person, and I'm not gonna lie, people forget about this because Bosh is, I would like to say, more beloved. But when Bosh first got there and he wasn't averaging the same numbers that they, I guess, expected, they expected like 3 20-point scorers. And when he wasn't doing that, Bosh was getting heat too. Yeah. Like, people forget about that. He was getting heat for a minute. Like, oh, Bosh isn't the same. Like, that's not what they needed from him. And then, that second year it kind of went away. But Bosh was getting heat too. It's always them third options somehow. And always get heat playing next to LeBron.
Well, if you're saying that his defensive impact will get worse as a team, yes. But him individually, that doesn't mean to me that if you put a good player that plays defense, that it would diminish his defense to be on the team. It just would mean the guys around him don't complete the defense of scheme for a team to have a good defense for him for you to see that he's on the same level. But if you put Kawhi on the Kings and they don't have a good defense, and he's still a one-on-one great defensive player, he's still going to lock somebody on the team down.
I'll make an example like this. I don't care how y'all feel about it. Rudy Gobert.
Okay.
We all know the defender that Rudy Gobert is. But the second they get to the playoffs, and that perimeter defense, it makes Rudy look worse. So Rudy is automatically going to look worse. Right? Rudy is automatically going to look worse because their perimeter defense can't stop a nosebleed. They can't keep anybody out on the perimeter. So they're all, and I was getting that.
Not
so,
you.
Okay. So, but we all still know how valuable Rudy Gobert is. Granted, LeBron is older. He's getting a step slower. But our point is with LeBron, he could still be on a bad defensive team, but we all would still see how valuable LeBron's defense is. Even with that, even on a bad defensive team, LeBron's value is still worse. So as a whole, the team, that's why all the narratives and all they make it such a big deal, because LeBron's defensive value isn't the same, and he's on a bad defensive team. So that's the worst combination possible. If Kawhi was on that, and I won't even say Toronto Kawhi, if Spurs Kawhi was on that Lakers team, right? The defensive Kawhi at his best on that Lakers team, we would still see the value of his defense, even though he's on a bad defensive team. Now, again, LeBron, he's older. He's going to get a step slower. He's not the same athlete he was 4 years ago. I understand that, but nevertheless, His value was decreased. Bad defensive team or not.
And Marcus said that Braun is still better than.
No, he's not. Not at the age he right now. No, he's not.
I flip back and forth with them all the time. It's 50-50.
No, he's not. You can't tell me the guy who was the second MVP coming in last season, he's better. LeBron hasn't really even played defense since he didn't get the Defensive Year award. So let's not act like he just stopped playing defense once he put a Lakers jersey on. He wasn't playing defense even with the Cavs.
I mean, I don't care if you say Braun is higher. I think Braun is. I think Braun is. If I count Kawhi in the list, he chose
not to play defense.
If I count Kawhi in the list, Braun at best is 6 and at worst is 8.
Yeah,
but I don't want to put him over KD, so it's really 7 for me, honestly.
Y'all be wild. He said he shouldn't have been second either year.
You talking about for MVP, Marcus?
Yeah, Embiid.
I think he should have been second every year.
We smoking cat.
I think every year.
Of course you do. Yeah, because in
Jokic
wins it, we know.
You know he should have won it.
He should have won it last year, and Jokic should have won it.
Okay, wait. So G baby, you a Jokic fan, right?
I'm a Nuggets fan, so yeah.
Nuggets. Okay, so I got a question. So when Jamal Murray come back and y'all have a better record, and Joker put up like around the same type of numbers, so you're gonna give him an MVP again?
I think voter fatigue. They're not gonna allow it. But if Jamal and Michael Porter Jr. are both there, healthy, and they at least just go back to what they was doing in 2021, Jamal averaging 22 and Michael Porter Jr. averaging 19. If they go back to that and Jokic is still dropping 27, 14, and 8,
did you vote?
And they're like the 1 seed or the 2 seed, he's gonna be in the conversation. Are they gonna give it to him? Probably not. But they'll probably give it to like I'm expecting Giannis to be back in the conversation. They might just give it to Embiid just because. You know, he should have got it already. Like, James Harden came second twice before he got his. So, Harden might get that treatment. I disagree, but I get it. Like, I never say Embiid shouldn't have been in the conversation.
I feel like...
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say, I feel like he should... I feel like if there was ever a year Embiid was going to get it, should have been 2021, not 2022. Yeah,
because the reason why I didn't believe Joker should have got it because they was too low of a seed. Because now I know with Jamal Murray and Michael Porter coming back, Joker going to put up damn near the same numbers that he really did. Now going to be a higher seed. Now the NFL make their criteria look stupid.
Could be a higher seed.
No, they're going to be higher. No, they was like 6. They were like 6. Yes, they're going to be higher than 6. They're going to be.
Yeah, I have no.
Could be.
Okay, could be.
Could be.
Forbidding injury, we are not falling any lower than top 4. Personally, I got
y'all probably for the top 3 too. But that's my point because now your criteria look crazy because now you got a guy like Joker who gonna have the same numbers, but he got a better winning.
He's not gonna have the same numbers.
Definitely not gonna have the same numbers. You gotta help.
Wait. Why not?
What about his numbers gonna change? Why not?
Because if you want your team to be successful, you better not have the same numbers. That means
if he did put up the numbers that he do, they won't be successful.
He put up 26, 10, and 8 with Jamal and Michael Porter Jr. there.
What are you talking about? Yeah,
and we were a top 3 seed when we did it.
He put up the same numbers. None of his numbers have changed.
His numbers got better this year, right? Did his
by a point and 4 rebounds.
Yeah, right. By a point and 4 rebounds. Did the record fall off tremendously then? If that's the case.
I'll look it up to give you an exact answer, but because we won 48 games, we were just a 6 seed. The year before, we won like 6 more games. I think we won like 54 or something. I'll double check though.
With Aaron Gordon being his second option.
Okay, again. The production will fall off if the team gets better.
No, y'all won 40.
Fair enough, I get you. So are you saying if Jamal takes a step and Michael Porter Jr. is just the same, he should fall off because Jamal Murray will take more of a look? Okay, that's fair. I thought you were saying like he's going to get worse.
I feel like not necessarily. Because if the team averages all go up, then the numbers might not sway that much, you know?
Usually if you get help, your numbers go down. That's usually how it works.
Well, yeah, but then that would be assuming that like the team's point average stays the same, you know? Because like if the team as a whole scores 10 more points, then everybody can still eat, and his numbers aren't going to drop.
Yeah, so 2020, 2021, Denver 47-25, and then
season. I forgot.
Yeah, 21-22, 48-34.
But we were the 3rd seed that year, but yeah, it was 47-25. This year was 48-34, so
that's my point. I asked that question because they're going to have a better record, and he's going to be around the same numbers.
Cousin just said it, and I bring it up all the time. We've been top 3 since 2019. There hasn't been a year we haven't been top 3. So I don't think that's going to
change. And in that time, the Clippers have not been healthy. The Pelicans did not look like how they look like.
Whoa.
I mean, not the Pelicans. Yeah,
you can't break up the
I've been
Clippers.
trying to hit you up on
Are you talking about the Clippers? They literally have only not been healthy last year.
I mean, you can't break up the Clippers because
the Clippers were 4th seed last year, and in the bubble they were what? 2 or 3?
The Clippers ain't no regular season team, no way. So like,
is they gonna make it to the playoffs?
Yeah, no, but they've been healthy.
Making it to the playoffs.
I mean, I'm saying healthy. Is they gonna make it? Is Kawhi gonna be?
What did he? Yes, he is.
Is they gonna make it to the playoffs? Not like as. No, I'm not saying as a team.
You're saying is Kawhi? Are they going to be healthy?
Are they going to last? Not are they going to make it in?
Yeah,
even though Kawhi. Okay,
so we're talking about seeding right now.
I get Kawhi usually. Like, he'll take long times off, but we literally, at least the thing with Kawhi's he took a year off and won a chip the next year. He took a year off and won the chip the next year.
Okay, so quick.
Like, I'm not worried about Kawhi when he comes back. He just takes his time.
Stop me when I'm wrong.
Okay.
Phoenix is still the same team, right?
You can laugh on paper.
Laugh all you want. It
can't be on. Wait, does chemistry matter? Does chemistry matter?
It can't be on paper.
Does chemistry matter?
We're talking about team.
Then no, they're not the same team. They're not the same team. No, DeAndre Ayton didn't want to be there. They only signed because they matched the offer. DeAndre Ayton did not want to be there.
I mean, Ayton not playing?
No, the point.
Chemistry matters, though. I asked you if chemistry matters.
Chemistry matters, but
he'll play, but it's not going to be the same.
Okay, so he's not going to play at a high level because it's for the Suns.
I never said he wasn't going to play, but chemistry matters. That's why I asked you.
I don't think
if you don't play as a cohesive unit, and he's focused, if he's playing for,
and that's why I'm just.
If he goes into business for himself, that's going to mess up team construct.
Suns, whether they finish in second or not, right? Suns.
I don't know,
particularly the same team. Hold on, SB. Same team. Memphis finished second. You don't think Memphis is going to be back in the conversation for the top 3-4 seed? Okay, Golden State finished third. You don't think they're going to be in the conversation for the top?
They can be,
yeah. They can be. Dallas is there, right? Found some way after.
I think Dallas will be out.
They'll be in the four. They'll be in the top 4.
Find a way to get 4, right? Okay,
they'll be in the top 4.
Utah drops.
Nope. Bye.
Right. Utah drops out. Then you got the Denver, right? Denver's right there at 6, right? But then we also got Minnesota, right? That just
I'm not worried. Not worried.
There, right? That
not
might
worried.
Be a good mix up. Oh, look. Oh, you also got Zion coming back next year.
They can compete. They can compete.
You got the Clippers who added something in John Wall. Oh, look. Lakers might. Who knows? Who knows if the Lakers just might make the playoffs? So what I'm saying is,
but not as a top 4 seed.
I'm not going with no train that says the Nuggets is a top 3 seed next year. I'm sorry. Until I see it, I'm not doing it.
You didn't see it the past 3 years? No. Hold up, boy. No. Nah, because this is where I get heated. This is where I get heated. Every other time we talk about other teams, bro. Every other time we talk about other teams, precedent matters.
You're not looking at the situation the Nuggets are in. You're coming back with Jamal Murray coming off a year injury. You're coming back after MPJ dealing with injuries in his first 3 years in the season. You don't know how that's going to translate to the same Nuggets team you are today. Then around the Nuggets, teams are getting better. So you got to take that into account while you're got to deal with and fix your shit. Just like the Clippers, you can say with the Clippers, I'll give you that. You can even probably say it with the Pelicans. I just think those teams are going to come out and fight early and hard, and they can particularly or probably get into a high seed.
So why don't you think the Nuggets are going to come out and fight early and hard? So why don't you hold up, GK? Why don't you think the Nuggets are going to? What is it about those teams that make you think they're going to come out?
Murray's not going to come back on a minute.
Nuggets got better.
MPJ is not going to come back on a minute restriction. So how are they going to come out fight? They could come out fight early and hard, but then you got to insert those two guys back into your offensive scheme, back into your defensive scheme. And then see how that works. You don't know. You thinking like, all right, it'll just go back to how it was 3 years ago. Right. But how many times have we seen that go the different way?
Murray is him.
I'm sorry. Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. have been in that system for the past 3 years. They will be fine when they get back. As long as they're healthy, they will be fine.
Yeah, Jamal Murray dealing with an injury is never dealt with. He will be fine. And this is what I mean when you guys don't take the circumstances.
I said if he's healthy, the system will be fine.
It doesn't matter.
If he comes back and he's not the same, that changes things.
100%, but you have to understand how it makes him feel better. Larry Bird said something that's so important that we don't pay attention to. He said when he broke his finger playing softball game, right? The basketball never felt the same. Right? Now, why I say that is because sometimes when you get injured, sometimes when you get hurt, it just don't feel the same. I know because I dealt with injuries, and I'm not saying none of you guys have. I know because I dealt with injuries. My knees are not the same because I tore my meniscus. I know what it's like. So you have to be able to get back there and then sustain it. How many times have we seen players get back there and then get injured again? KD, when he came back in the Warriors,
there's also been enough history to see players come back and be perfectly fine.
And that's fine.
But he's saying it could go either way.
Yeah, I said
that's an if.
Every time I talk about the Nuggets, I say if they come back healthy and the same.
But G baby, you can't say you just said you got them a top 3 seed.
If they come back healthy and are the same, if Jamal Murray comes back and he's not the same, we're not a top 3 seed.
Being 100% healthy. Are you taking in the
everybody?
Are you talking about
one of y'all's talking about the ceiling, the other one's talking about the floor?
Everybody, if everybody in the league comes back next year and is 100% healthy, I believe the Nuggets are still a top 3 seed because we've been a top 3 seed the past 3 years with everybody there.
You can say that all you want.
Okay, Jason Tatum. Wait, because we're gonna flip it. Jason Tatum. He just fractured his hand, right? He had a fracture. He's got to come back. He's got to take time and be the same, right? If everybody's healthy, are the Celtics still gonna be a top 3 seed?
When did I say I had the Celtics finishing?
I'm asking you.
Right,
it's a question. I'm asking you. Where do you have them finishing? Where do you have them finishing?
If you listen to me when I said where I have the Celtics finishing, then you would know that I have them outside of the top 3 possibly. So what are you talking about?
Possibly.
Like, this is what I mean. Like possibly, yes, because you have to factor in the Bucks, right? Because they're a good regular season team. I don't know why we have to keep going down when you can just go watch tape, right? What's up, Mel? Mel in the chat, right? You can just go watch tape. You just hate it when somebody opposes the Nuggets. I don't care if you oppose the Bulls.
That has nothing to do with this. You guys are making it seem like, or not you guys, you're making it seem like I'm crazy for saying the Nuggets healthy can be top 3.
To me, you are.
So don't come. So it's not crazy because if you're the only one that's saying that and everybody else sees the possibility of the Nuggets being top 3 because they've done it already, that's not crazy. That's the point. That's my only point.
No,
you're making it seem like it. You just said to me it's crazy. Did you not just say that?
No, yes, I said to me because you said it.
So then you're making it seem like I'm crazy for saying that.
I disagree with it. That was my point. No, I'm not making you see crazy for that. I'm saying
you said to me it's crazy.
Yes, because you said crazy, not me. I'm saying so you won't point to them. I said it. That's what I'm basically saying. But I didn't say you were crazy. I said I disagree with it. I said I don't agree with you that if every team is healthy, that the Nuggets finish top 3. That's what I said to you. Did I not? Was that
and then right now, I just asked.
You said crazy. So
and then you said yes. I said that.
To put it on me, so you wouldn't get nobody else in it. I said yes, me. I said it, me. So the conversation is focused between me and you.
So you did say it's crazy to you to. So do you? So yes. Do you believe that it's crazy that the Nuggets can be top 3?
No, I don't. No, I think the Nuggets are not going to be top 3. I'm not saying it's.
Do you think it's crazy that they can be?
No, I'm not saying it's crazy that they cannot be. I'm just saying I don't think they are.
Okay,
I don't understand
that part is fine.
Gee, I really don't understand why the word crazy has to be in it. Like, that's how you try to manipulate the conversation. Like, oh, is it crazy? Is it not crazy? I don't care if it's crazy to you. I don't care if it's crazy to them. I'm not saying it's crazy. Only thing I'm saying is I disagree with your stance that the Nuggets are going to be a top 3 seed, right? When the teams around them have gotten better, right? Not saying.
And I disagree that there's certain teams I have. There's certain teams I have, but you said this. But even before and then beginning, yes. And I talked to you about the Suns, and I asked you if chemistry matters. You said yes. So DeAndre Ayton, the coach only playing him 11 minutes in an elimination game. The coach actively, the front office not wanting him there. All that. So you think
back and play? Ayton, where he going? Who gonna want him? If they ain't no come back and play, what's gonna happen? You think if the Suns would not let him go, they're going to make him sit there. So his only option is, right, as a good basketball player, all-star type of basketball player, is to go out there and play ball. And I'm not gonna think any less of Ayton that he's gonna take into this guy did this to me last year. This guy.
It's not about thinking less of Ayton. It's about the fact that their chemistry.
You know who the camaraderie comes with? The players on the court. That's who it comes with. You can overcome the coach, and we have seen this in the history of basketball, when you have the right players around you. He has CP3 and Devin Booker. They've been
CP3 still going to be the same? CP3 is going to have the same impact?
And your thing.
CP3 is going to have the same impact?
Top 2 seed in the last 2 years. So I could sit here and say, oh, it's not crazy to say there will be a top 2.
Is CP3 gonna? You believe CP3 is gonna come back and be the same CP3 he has been for the past 2 years?
What same CP3? What
the same impact because
what do you need him to do?
The CP3 that helped them become a top. You believe he's still gonna be that?
Yes.
Okay, I disagree. All right, if you believe that, I mean age, right? Age. I mean,
changes in the game.
You don't think that game?
He's older. He's a step slower. We just got to talk about this with LeBron.
Okay,
you don't think that's gonna happen with CP3? He already shown flashes. He's already shown flashes that he's digressed. GK, has CP3 already shown flashes that he digressed?
Yes.
Trent, SB,
some people, he's a traffic cone.
Right. But what does CP3? What does his impact bring to the Suns?
Can I ask you a question?
What his impact?
You ask me if his impact is going to be different. What does his impact bring to the Suns? That's not going to change. It's his mentorship. It's his ability to find his teammates. That's not going to change. What do you want him to do? He doesn't need to take 20, 30 shots a game. That's not the Chris Paul that we have anymore.
I never ever said he needed to.
No, I'm not saying that I'm just saying what do you want from him? He's going to go out there and get.
He's as an athlete, he's gotten a year older, so obviously his effect on defense for sure is going to be worse than what it was. Offensively, it's going to be worse than what it was. Yeah, he could be the mentor and leader all he wants to. Udonis Haslem is a great mentor and leader. Is he still the same athlete? Does he provide impact?
Okay, here we go.
I'm not saying Chris Paul. I never said. I didn't say Chris Paul was going to be Udonis Haslem. All I said was you can have impact and not be the same athlete. That's my point. You can be a great leader and not have the same impact on the court.
You were talking about Chris Paul and he was averaging 20.
He's not going to be
6. Like then I
didn't. I said he's not going to have the same impact. That's all he said. His age.
If Chris Paul was a guy who was out there averaging 26 and 9 and 6, and then you're asking me, is it going to be a drop off? I would be like, yeah, it's going to be a drop off. But if you're looking at the guy that he was towards the end of the playoffs, right? You then have to say, okay, in the regular season, he's going to sustain himself. He's going to take some games off. He might have a little nagging injury there. He's going to come back. But the one thing that he's going to do, why did Devin Booker and those guys call him when they won a game? Why did they call him when he was out when they won that game?
I don't know.
Because of his impact.
Yeah, and I'm saying it's not going to be the same. But hey, you said so you think because his numbers are going to stay the same, his impact is going to be the same, right?
I don't even think his numbers going to be the same. That's not my point. His impact to what he gives that team will be the same. It doesn't.
So because he's a great leader and a great mentor, his number, like him as an athlete and actually playing the game of basketball, that's not gonna affect anything. Because LeBron is still a great leader, right? He just averaged 30. His impact decreased, did it not? We just all sat here and agreed that his impact decreased.
We're talking about the Suns, right? And we're talking about Chris Paul not being a vocal, right? A really big part of a scoring, right? Of getting points on their offensive team. And this last year transitioning over, right?
I would disagree with that, but
at the end of the tail year, Devin Booker and whoever else you want to name behind that. Chris Paul was supposed to be there to be in that what? What would you say? I would say 15, maybe.
I think he's still. Right? I think his playmaking and what he's there to do.
That's what I'm saying.
He's still there to generate.
Drop off. I don't think his playmaking is going to drop off because he gets to pass it still to a guy like Devin Booker. He gets to kick it down low still to a guy like Ayton. Like that's what I'm saying. Where is it going to drop off? I just think
for sure
Devin Booker. I think Devin Booker and no defense. I'll give you that, but I think Devin Booker and those guys are the ones for me with the Suns that have to now take more. Because Chris Paul can't be taking the load that he has taken over the last quarter. I will give you that, but I don't think that's going to affect the impact that he has on that Suns team. He's still going to be that guy that get out there, get those dimes, run the offense, get people in set, be in their face, making sure they're doing it, being in the right position. That impact is still going to be there. They made it to a finals, right? Right, and then they came back and was the number 1 seed next year. Don't think that camaraderie between those players just disappeared.
But Chris Paul had. This is my last thing. Chris Paul had already shown flashes towards the end of the year and in the playoffs that he's really not the same. And that's why I asked if chemistry matters. Because you can be cool with all the guys on the court. You can be cool with all the guys on the court.
It's not about being cool.
But
it's about
no,
being with guys. It doesn't
matter
about being
cool. But if you are DeAndre, specifically DeAndre Ayton, If your coach has already shown that I'm going to take you out in an elimination game where we need to fight for our survival to make the next round, if a coach has already shown me I will play you 11 minutes in that, you mean to tell me he's not going to take him out in the regular season in a meaningless middle of the game in January? I'm sorry, that to me, the Suns, even though they can still have the players and all that chemistry, it's not going to be the same. We see it happen all the time. Chemistry matters. If you have a lot of turmoil going on within a team, especially when it comes to like dealing with front offices and stuff, that's going to affect you. They're not winning 67 games next year. Like that. I don't believe. And Chris Paul's on the decline.
Yeah, but that's not accounting for Devin Booker.
I never said I wasn't accounting for Devin Booker is the main reason they're going to be. Devin Booker is the main reason they're making the playoffs. When did I ever discount? Chris before Chris Paul got there? What were the Suns? What were the Suns before Chris Paul got there? Trey, can you tell me what the Suns were before Chris Paul got there, please?
Thank you for
I'm sorry, did they ever make a playoffs? When Devin Booker was there, did Chris Paul and them ever make a playoffs? I'm curious.
I knew. I was like, say it.
Yes, I'm saying his impact is declining. I never said they weren't going to make the playoffs. I never said they were going to be a 10 seed. I said his impact is going to decline too much to where I don't think they'll be, they can maybe be top 4.
I'll let G ask his question, though.
Yeah. Because y'all is going around the circle.
Like, yeah.
Well, GK, what's the
DK,
question?
ask your question, man.
No, I wanted to ask Troy, like, so are you saying that in the Nuggets final form, like peak Nuggets, everybody's healthy, everybody's gelling, everybody's if they're the best they could be, if they're playing at their ceiling, they cannot be a top 3 team?
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say this again.
It's just yes or no. Yes or no.
Like, I don't understand because I've answered it. If you really listen to what I'm saying, I answered the question already. Like,
or you just no, because there's a difference between that and then you saying the likelihood of it happening because of various other reasons. They won't end up.
No, I'm not saying, but like G Baby asked that question. Do I think it's crazy when he said, "Do I think it's crazy that the Nuggets can be a top 3?" And I said, "No." Do I think it's crazy if they're not? No, I don't. I don't think it's crazy either which way. What I'm saying is, in my opinion, I think there's going to be other teams that in a regular season just have a better record when it comes to seeding. But that's all I'm saying.
But I'm saying because of what reason?
Because the teams around them got better. And if I'm saying the same thing I'm giving the Nuggets fully healthy, if I'm giving that to other teams, you have a fully healthy Zion giving you the same thing with Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. Like you don't know that.
Though, SB. That's his opinion.
Don't know that. You cannot say that any team right now cannot be a top 3 besides the bottom team that did not improve or get a superstar or do a major change. All those guys that were in the top 10 to me have improved, right? Or made some type of changes where they could be better. Not all of them, but a handful of them, right? About maybe 6 teams, right?
The Nuggets added players too in pieces, and they
right, but they also gave up a big piece in my mind, which is Will Barton, because he could have picked up.
Oh, they got Bones Holland. That's literally.
I got
replaced him with KCP, a much better defender.
That's fine. I still don't know what KCP is like going to be like in the Nuggets system. I don't know if he's going to give you the same thing Will Barton has. I know what Will Barton has gave the Nuggets. That's what I know. I know for a fact that none of you can dispute that I know what Will Barton has done for the Nuggets. So what I'm saying is, I don't know if they replace that with KCP. That's great. But what I'm saying is what Will Barton gave to them. If they don't get that back, a guy when a big guy goes down like Murray and MPJ can step up and take a big bulk of that scoring load. I don't know. That's a big part of what they need. I'm not discrediting them because I don't think they're a good team. I think they're a good team, but I've said this on this podcast plenty of times. I just don't think the system of running your offense through a big man is going to win you a championship. So I don't really care. No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't care what seed they finish in. I just don't think they're finishing in top 3 if I'm looking at the whole league, the whole West, as healthy.
All the scenarios,
they didn't finish top 3 this year. So we're looking at the past 3 years. It would be this year, last year, and last year.
But if you're looking at all the scenarios, first of all,
were they not 6? What am I getting crazy looks for?
They missed it.
He said the last 3 years.
Why were they a 6 seed? And they were 3 games behind the Celtics, Bucks, and the Celtics. They were 3 games behind them without Jamal and MPJ.
Great, but where did they finish?
Yes,
they best players.
Right.
Wait, you got wait. Listen,
Right,
They missing a 22 point per game score and a 19 point per game score. Yeah, you gonna drop a couple seeds.
Okay, look.
What team doesn't?
The Lakers didn't make the playoffs.
If Miami missed D Wade and Chris Bosh, they would fall a couple seeds.
Yeah,
like what are we doing?
But listen, okay,
you're making it seem like they just weren't that good this year, like just because of their own. They missed two of their integral offensive pieces. Of course, they're not as good. And mind you, you said Will Barton picked up a scoring load by 2 points. He averaged 12 the year before and 14 this year.
You can replace that easily.
2 points.
You can replace that.
What scoring load did he pick up? And he's definitely not the defender KCP is. So I would like to know what scoring load he picked up. Because he 2 more points ain't picking up a scoring load for me.
I might be mistaken here. Did he not have a couple of games where he went off?
I mean, everybody have a couple
of games now, bro? Oh my God.
Right, but
Sadiq Bey dropped 50 one time. Like, a couple of games don't mean nothing to me.
We're not talking about Sadiq Bey, and I love it how you always flip-flop and bring
because that means nothing. The point is it means nothing. A couple of games he went off means nothing.
Act like, so if you want to act like Will Barton wasn't doing anything for you guys, you can do that. But you have said on this show, and
you said he picked up the scoring load.
Yes,
he didn't.
Did he not pick up the scoring load down
by 2 points?
I'm not talking about the whole season. I'm talking about in games, in moments when it mattered, and you guys in the playoffs. Was he not there giving guys the work? Yes or no?
In the playoffs, no. He sold for us. Actually, he's one of the he's the reason we lost 2 of them games because he tried to be ISO king and sold.
I don't think the Nuggets are going to notice the absence of Will Barton.
I'm not saying that they are.
They got Bones Holland to replace him. They already drafted his replacement. They drafted his replacement, though. They drafted his replacement. They drafted Bones Holland is his replacement.
One thing you cannot deny is the teams around them have gotten better. And I don't, whether you're saying they've gotten better, I'm going to use the same logic I used for the Bucks in Boston. And Boo-Wop know it. I'm being consistent. You guys just don't understand it. Like, I'm being consistent.
So
if everybody around the Bucks have gotten better, right? Why wouldn't I think that they will go in and beat and the Bucks will fall a little bit if teams have gotten better around them, right?
What other team besides the Pelicans got better than them?
The Clippers have gotten better. Fully healthy.
The Clippers, yeah. I'll give you the Clippers, yeah. I said that. I said that. Because look, you're saying all these other teams around the Nuggets got better. The Nuggets also got better as well.
Right, but
the Nuggets also got better.
But we're not taking in account,
what you saying?
That in the last 2 years before this year, that Golden State struggled, right? Didn't make the playoffs, right? Which would give their spot up to somebody. So now they can. I still got them as being a top seed.
They're not going to be over.
Those guys are who they are. Those guys are who they are.
They don't even care about.
But there's no way they're better next year than they were this past year. How?
No, and that could be true.
And the Clippers don't care about the.
There's no way the Suns are better than they were this past year.
You want to know what the Nuggets still have? Their system. And I'm going to count on the system working because it worked 4 times and got them 4 championships. Those guys, how many guys did they win those championships with? Do you want to go count the people that was on those teams? So let's not act like it was the same guys in that door.
Troy,
the first 3, all they did was switch Harrison Barnes with KD. If we're gonna be blunt, all they did was switch Harrison Barnes and put KD. It was the same team for the first 3.
But I'm just saying, when has the Clippers show they care about the regular season? Because Kawhi gonna have his rest games. Paul George's gonna have his rest game. They're gonna rest John Wall. They don't care about the regular
season. Well, the way Paul George came back, why is he having rest games?
They're gonna have rest games.
That's what
I know. That's what they do.
They always do that. Tell me 1 year the Clippers they didn't have rest games.
How many rest games? I know Kawhi's gonna come back and rest like a motherfucker. Kawhi's probably gonna play 60 games, if that.
Yep. So how they gonna be a top 3 seed missing all those games?
I'm not saying they are a top 3 seed. I never said the Clippers are top. I just said teams around them have gotten better. I have never said that.
But you're making it seem like the Nuggets just stayed the same. Like the Nuggets didn't get better.
I'm just saying that I think the teams fully healthy around them are better than them. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why that big. You think the teams around them are lesser than them. I think they're better.
Wait, Troy. What P-Baby's saying about the Suns is that matters, the chemistry, because we have seen history has shown when teams take a big dramatic L or something that affects them, teams don't come back the same. How do you know this Sun team gonna come back and play exactly the same about the losing?
I never said that. I never said,
I seen the Orlando Magic with Nick Anderson miss free throws and they ruined the whole chemistry.
No, 100%. Because 100%. But you got a guy like CP3 there. I don't think
old.
that's flying there. I don't care if he's old. His mentality is still the
They're
same.
not going to be the number 1 seed again.
You can have the same mentality and not have the same impact.
I even said before I started that the Suns wouldn't be the number 1 seed. So I don't know where y'all going with that. I'm just saying that if we're looking at teams, it is not, and G Baby's word, it is not crazy to see if the Nuggets finish 4th. I said they wouldn't be a top 3 seed. I didn't say they wouldn't finish top 5 or top 6. I didn't say that. Y'all niggas is going crazy for nothing. For literally nothing.
What 3 teams you got over them?
For literally nothing.
Only 2 teams I can see finish over.
No, I want to see it like this.
That's it.
How many?
That's not even the 2 teams I think.
Dallas.
I want to see it like this. How many more games do you think the Nuggets could win this upcoming year than this past year?
How many games they won this year?
48.
They're gonna be.
They could probably listen. I could be wrong. I'm fucking with G Baby. I could be wrong. I don't care. I will still stand on it. You know me. I'm consistent.
But Troy, so do you think they win less than 48 this time around?
No, they could probably still win 48, but I'm not accounting for the Clippers only winning 42. I'm not accounting for.
Okay, So this is what I want to do. This is what I'm getting at. Yeah. So Clippers, you think they go up by how much?
I'm not accounting for the Pelicans only winning 36.
6 games. 5-6 games. They're gonna be like 48.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Let's do this. So you think instead of 42, Troy, the Clippers will win what? 50?
I don't know.
They don't care about the regular season, Boo-Wop.
I genuinely do not think the Nuggets are losing less than 50. I mean, aren't winning more than
50.
I think they're winning more than 50 games. If the Celtics, the Bucks, and the Sixers can go 51 and 31, the Nuggets fully healthy can go 51 to 31 because we are on par with all of them teams.
How many games did the Suns win?
How many? What team?
The Suns.
67. They are not winning 67 games.
Right, exactly. You think the Suns are going to win 67 again? No way in hell.
The Suns won 67?
Yeah.
Yes, they're not doing that again.
When?
They are not doing that again.
When?
But
When did they win
this past
67
season.
games?
This past season, they're not doing that again.
Were they not 64 and 18?
Okay, I'm sorry, 64, not 67.
64. Okay.
They're gonna drop.
No,
Yeah, so that's going to go down.
So what if another team replaced them and win 64?
I think the Suns is going to still win 55 plus games.
Okay,
Me too.
I think Denver will win 55 plus games this year too. I'm gonna say this. I think they should for sure win 55.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But that's what I'm saying.
Definitely.
That's what I want to get to. Which teams' records are going up? Which teams' records are going down? And where are they going to be?
The Suns.
The Grizzlies and the Suns are dropping.
Yeah. How many? Well, I don't know how many games the Grizzlies.
How many?
They
won 57, right?
What the Grizzlies won third?
I can see
because I believe they are not going to go another season if John misses 25 games and they go 23-2.
They got the same team. I think they do the same thing.
Yeah,
they don't have it.
I don't think they're going. I don't think they're going.
And Jaren Jackson.
I don't think it changes that much.
Okay, but
change a little.
you said Jaren Jackson is out, Boo-Wop?
Let me stop Troy Lee.
He hurt again.
I think he out for a couple months.
Trent was back. And I wanted him to give him a G Baby round. No, it's not. I could absolutely see the Nuggets finishing top 3. I just don't think they are. You know my stance. I just don't think they are. But I'm not saying that they're not going to be better than the Suns, who you are correct where they got some things they got to work out in their locker room. But I don't put it past them to work it out. Right? I'm not going to put it past CP3 to go have that conversation with Ayton and be like, yo, this might be my last year to actually have a chance to win the championship. Let's go out there and win this thing. Yo, I need you all in for me, for the players, for us. We love you. We get what you're going through with the front office, but while we're here, let's get it done. We have seen that happen, right? And we also have seen the other half, right? But then you're looking at Memphis, right? You could say Memphis falls, right? I don't think Memphis falls that much. Maybe they go to 55, maybe.
Well, Boo-Wop just said that Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be out for a couple months. So I don't expect.
Okay, that could affect them. I'm there all season. I'm thinking fully healthy.
Yeah. If John's there all season, though, when did
he get hurt?
Okay, but if John misses 25 games like he did this year, they're not going 23-2.
No, I don't think John.
That was an anomaly.
When did he get hurt?
I agree with you. Memphis drops. I don't think they win 56 games.
I thought he got hurt. Maybe I'm tripping.
But I also think Golden State could win. Yeah, that's just me, just the way they play. I think Golden State could be in that 59.
Oh yeah,
I agree because of Steph. Exactly.
Yeah, I think Dallas could be in that 53 to 56 range.
Boo-Wop, I'm making that call.
I think Denver could also be in that 55 range. He gone. But I also think the Clippers going to be in that 50 to 49, 48 range.
I think it's going to be like that year in the West.
Be in that 48 range.
Remember
I think they're going to be a really good team.
Remember that year in the West where like the 8th seed?
I don't know how
like
many
50
West
and
teams
something?
I see winning 50 games though. That's my problem.
I think the Pelicans, even though I think their ceiling
Golden
is as high as a
State,
4 seed,
Dallas,
I think they'll win like 48.
Clips, Pels, Nuggets. I definitely could see winning.
The
50.
Pelicans got to show me. I know they're gonna be good, but until I see them, because they have
because I think their ceiling is like 55. I think their ceiling is like 55. I think they could be a top 4 seed.
I think they could definitely be.
I think they could be a top 4 seed. Like
how many games Zion? How many games we got Zion playing?
I think Zion
he'll be back game 1, so I'm assuming 82. Or the regular rest.
He was ready to go in the playoffs, and he's supposed to make his appearance.
I got him playing 60. I got him playing like 60 games, maybe 50.
I mean 60,
yeah,
65.
That's what I like that what Cousin's saying. Like that's how I view it. Like I think a lot of it is we viewing it on which team we think gonna go all the way, and like the regular season to me is a younger teams type of season.
That's why I said the
the
Clippers
younger
don't care
teams
about
usually get off in these regular seasons.
The Clippers
So
do not
like.
care.
I don't look at the Suns like they truly gonna fall off. I get that they're gonna have some chemistry issues, of course, but I still think they're, for the most part, they have better chemistry than a lot of other teams still, without Aiden being fully on board. Now Denver should, like I said, they should be better. This will all depend off of Murray and Porter Jr.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We know what Jokic is. We know he's going to be fine. We need to see these other two players in the system, and based off what we did last season from them, they should be a top 3 seed.
And me personally, I think we can be a top 3 seed even if MPJ doesn't play a single game. I think as long as Jamal comes back, we can be a top 3 seed.
That'll make it tougher.
I need the version.
It'll be tougher for sure.
Now, if Jamal start the season and he balling, he backing up, then I will definitely give you all your props, G. But I just know leg injuries can affect players. Is he one of those players that can be affected? We don't know, and that's all. I
would say this though, I would say the 2022-2023 Nuggets, if they played the 2021-2022 Nuggets in a 7-game series, the 23 Nuggets are going to sweep the 22 Nuggets.
Yeah.
For damn sure.
I mean, because the person I didn't want to lose that we traded was Monte Morris.
Yeah, Morris. So yeah,
I wish DeMarcus Cousins would have came back, but all I've seen is that he wanted to start somewhere. We're not going to pay him that because Jokic. So losing Monte Morris hurt because Bones Highland, even though he is the replacement for Will Barton, I wanted to wait a year because the Nuggets have shown a history of being slow developing, not fast track. We slowly they invested 5 years into Gary Harris or 4 years, whatever it was, because they thought they could turn him into something that he was never
Gary
gonna
Harris.
be. So that's why I was a little hesitant about sending off Monte. But for sure, our perimeter defense is 1,000, in my opinion, 1,000 times better than what it was before.
Yeah, you got to understand it now. Back in the day, y'all could slow develop people because y'all wasn't really a championship contending team.
But exactly, which is why I understand. Which is why I understand. Like when we traded Gary Harris, I understood why we did it. Even though I love the guy, we got rid of Malik Beasley. I understood why we did it. This year, getting rid of Monte and Will. They're really banking on Bones Highland, who showed a lot, so I get it. You know, he's not going to have the same pressure because, you know, Jamal is coming back and all that. But other than that, I think defensively we're better. I don't like DeAndre Jordan, personally. I don't like that signing. I think
defense got better too, Casey.
But he's a better rim protector, so I'll take it. But I really wish Boogie would have stayed because Boogie, I think, did.
Boogie definitely gives you guys more, but I don't know. I just think those teams. I think Phoenix is still in the same spot. I think Memphis, maybe not the 2nd seed, but they could end up in the 4th, 5th seed. I think Golden State is in the top 3. I think Dallas is in the top 3, 4. Denver could be 4, 3, 4, 5. Like Clippers are there, Pelicans are there for me. Even the Wolves, I mean, surprisingly, they might just win a lot of regular season games.
But in terms for me, I'm the only 2 teams that truly got better. You can argue got better.
That's what the Pelicans and
the Pelicans and the Timberwolves. Like those are the 2 teams to me that you can definitively see that should be better.
So you don't think John Wall makes the
Clippers?
I think they just.
I think he makes them better. I think he makes them better in the playoffs again. Because I don't
that
know
would
how
make
the
your team
load
better, though.
management thing is going to look with the Clippers. I think all three of those guys, Paul George, John
But they're
Wall,
like 10
and
deep.
Kawhi. That's
But
cool.
even without them, they won. They was winning a lot of. They was above 500 and fighting in the play-in
They was
without
about
them.
to start screaming in that play-in like.
Okay, you know what? I take that back because Kawhi is Kawhi, and I ain't gonna try to act. But again, I don't think
He bucked up.
they're
Kawhi's in.
the Clippers won 42 games.
I don't think John Wall is starting
Yeah.
because
They win 10 more games at best.
No, I'm just
That's
saying
why I
like
said 50-win team. Like I could definitely see
But
them.
I think if they fully help you try for the
Even if
regular
John Wall doesn't
season,
start, he still
they would still be a 50-win team without John Wall. I feel like they were still a championship competitive team without John Wall.
But
John
no, I
Wall
agree with
helps
Boo.
them,
But
like, a little bit
John Wall gives them another aspect in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's
I
that's
just
it.
look at the Clippers as a playoff type of team. Like whatever they do in the regular season is not
It don't
how
matter.
you judge them because they can finish as
Yeah, I
a
could-
4 seed or a 5
Yeah, they're
seed.
just trying to make it in.
Yeah, same thing with the Lakers. If they were to
They just need to make it in.
play good and convince me enough that they got an identity, I wouldn't care what seed they figure because I think a team with LeBron and AD and Russ is a scary team to play in the playoffs.
In the playoffs,
regardless.
yeah.
So,
and I don't think that's why I didn't say the Lakers because I don't think they're shooting for a high seed.
Nope.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be
at
better.
best they're playing. To be honest,
I don't think the Clippers is either.
no, they just shooting to get in.
Clippers
the
definitely
playoffs.
get in the top 6.
No, I mean the top 6 for sure. They ain't gonna be a play-in, but I'm saying like they ain't not gonna go for the top 1-2 seed.
I actually think the Clippers going to finish.
Because nobody, it don't matter. Imagine if the Clippers finish.
I think Dallas gets maybe 2-3 more games, so they'll be 55.
I think Dallas will win more games. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do which teams we think are going to win more. Which teams we think are going to
win more games. I think Golden State could finish with 53, maybe 2 more, maybe 1 more.
I think Golden State will probably stay the same.
Yeah, 53, right? I think Memphis loses a couple of more games. I think like 5 games. So maybe 51, 49, maybe like 7. I'd probably give them a 7 games.
So can we all agree that the top 6, you take out Utah and replace them with the Clippers? Could we all agree that this past year's top 6 is probably going to stay the same?
Possibly, yes.
Phoenix, Memphis, Golden State, Dallas, Denver, and the Clippers.
I don't know. I think
whatever order you want.
I think the Pelicans could sneak into the 6th.
I think the Timberwolves is better than Memphis right now.
No, I'm not gonna go that far.
I'm going that far.
I'm not gonna get into this because y'all know how.
No, I don't want to hear that shit. You just got on. We just got into it.
They're mid. They're going to be a play-in team. The Timberwolves have no depth. Man.
But wait, baby, wait.
Memphis doesn't have depth.
That Anthony Edwards is going to be a lot better than he was?
We're going to see, though, with how Rudy Gobert being
I can give you that. I still think they have depth issues. Like, for example, if you're going to have a big 3, if you're going to have a big 3 with Ant, Cat, and Rudy Gobert, like, that's big 3 is exactly. Like, they're going to try to label it that.
It's a big 2.
But it's not a big 3. They're still going to need depth. And then D'Angelo Russell is still their starting point guard.
He can give you buckets.
Serviceable.
Yeah, definitely give you buckets.
They don't need.
Is he top 20? Is he a top 20 point guard?
Out of all the playoff teams right
now,
out of all the playoff teams, Memphis has one of the worst starting 5s.
I guess. Yeah.
Nah, ain't no I guess. Yeah. You know.
Ja, Desmond Bain, Triple J,
Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson,
and Steven Adams. That's not a bad.
I don't think that
they don't have him right now though. He out 4 to 6 months.
Oh, so you confirmed it?
Yeah.
Oh, 4 to 6 weeks. He'll start by week 1.
4 to 6 months.
Oh, 4 to. Oh,
well, no. What we just talking about earlier.
Okay.
That's what I said. That's why. No wonder why they made that call. Because I'll say he gone. He stay hurt too much. He gone for me. Who y'all want?
But that's a lot of guys though. You can't say
sorry. Okay, Boo. I can give you that.
That wouldn't even be right because what you saying like if you get rid of Jaren Jackson, then the Nuggets might as well just wash their hands with MPJ. That's not.
But if we're talking about records, guys, something's gonna have to give.
The Grizzlies, they see something.
I think the Grizzlies, because it's 4 to 6 months, the Grizzlies are gonna take a hit.
Well, listen,
but even then, I think the Clippers and the Pelicans will replace. So obviously, we're getting rid of the Jazz. Let's say Memphis doesn't make the play-in. The top 6. I think the Pelicans and the Clippers have a better chance of taking those spots before the Timberwolves do.
Now, I think those guys are still fast. I think Memphis still makes it in the top 6. I just, for some reason, think
I do too, but Jaren Jackson out for a while, that might hurt.
Listen, something has to give. I need to ask
they can figure it out with Jai out. I think they could find something with Jaren Jackson. I know he's a big piece that,
Well, they don't have Kyle Anderson anymore, who was the backup that
And
came
he
in
on
for
the
Jaren
Timberwolves.
Yeah.
So,
I need to ask you.
I can give you that Buwap, but yeah, go ahead.
Like, do you think OKC is going to win more or less games than last year?
More. Oh yeah,
more. Okay. Do you think Portland's going to win more or less games than last year?
More.
I got
okay.
Portland
Do you think the
play-in.
Kings are going to win more or less games than they won last year?
Less.
Okay, so that's one less. Lakers, more or less?
More.
I'm saying more.
San Antonio.
Less. San Antonio's bottom of the league.
Okay.
Bottom
Clippers.
More.
Okay. Pelicans.
More.
Timberwolves.
More.
I don't know. They won 46. They might stay
Denver.
the exact same. More.
Same.
Okay. Utah.
Less.
Bottom of the league.
Utah?
Dallas.
Yeah, less.
More.
About the same.
Golden State.
Same.
Okay. Memphis.
Less.
Okay. Phoenix.
Less.
Okay, so besides Memphis and Phoenix, who are the top 2 seeds, that means only I forget what my total was. That means you're saying only 3 of those other teams are going to lose. So not every team is going to win more than that's not mathematically possible.
Well, the reason they're going to win. Hey, but GK, the reason they're going to win more games is because I think these East teams, like I don't think the Knicks are winning 37 games. I don't think the Wizards are winning. Oh, wow.
I think the Wizards.
I don't know about the Wizards. No, but I'm sorry, not the Wizards. The Hornets are not winning 43 games.
So wait,
Miles Bridges isn't there.
So wait,
the Hornets are not winning 43 games.
So wait, how we just said this though? It's gonna be set up so we finna get an early 2000 Western Conference where you're gonna have 50 wins to make the playoffs.
Exactly.
Y'all believe that?
That's what I said earlier. I think the 8th seed is gonna be like 49-48. That's what I genuinely believe. But you're not gonna have like
that means the bottom
maybe might have
160
like
5 wins each.
Right. Yes.
Well,
yes. Exactly. The Pistons, the Pacers, the Magic, the Knicks, and the Hornets. I think are all falling.
The Knicks. All right.
Yeah, no, the Knicks gonna be
the Wizards. The only reason I'm giving the Wizards.
RJ Barrett's gonna take
you guys think Atlanta wins more games or less?
Same. About
they won 43.
It went like 45, like maybe 2 more games. But
I don't think Heat finish first next year. I think that's gonna go either fully healthy. If we're doing fully healthy, I think that is gonna go. That might be Bucks or 76ers.
I think Philly will fight for that 1 seed. To be honest, I think they're gonna.
Yeah, but my top 5 in the East next year, my early predictions would be no order: Boston, Milwaukee, Philly,
Boston,
Nets as constructed.
Okay.
Miami.
And
Miami and
I want to say Toronto. I want to say the Bulls fully healthy.
Miami and Miami. And the Bulls.
I don't think Toronto's winning 48. I don't think Toronto's winning 48 games.
The Bulls
either,
can't beat a good
honest.
team.
You said who? You said you
I
can?
don't think Toronto.
You said the Bulls can't beat a good team?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm just talking about regular season.
I know.
But don't do that to the Bulls. They collapsed once they had injuries.
Yeah,
they was taking the lead.
Yeah, Lonzo never came back. Caruso.
Yeah, once Lonzo went down, that was it. Caruso went down, that was.
We was hurt. We was hurt.
They need those guys. No, they need those guys.
They were like 0-20 against teams above 500.
We was hurt. We tell you.
Yeah, without like 2 of their best players.
Yeah, our best defenders. We had
2 of their best defenders. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, we was hurt because we was.
You don't think Cleveland's better?
Number 1 seed.
No, the Bulls fucking no.
Cleveland, I can see Cleveland.
Hey. Let's not do that to Cleveland.
I can see Cleveland 5, 6, and 7 right between those 3.
Yeah. They would have been a top 6 seed if
got hurt too.
Jared Allen and Evan Mobley got hurt. So it's like, what are you gonna do?
I mean, the Nets too. Nets would have been the top 4 seed this year.
Yeah, they would have. It would have. And Toronto and Chicago probably are the 2 teams that shouldn't have made the top 6.
Rubio cooking on Cleveland? He got hurt too.
He got hurt too.
Yeah, he got hurt
with
too.
Cleveland.
He said, "Cleveland, is this for you?"
I was on my
cousin
Rubio top 15 point guard.
Hey, chill on that DeRozan slander. No DeRozan slander while I'm up here.
DeRozan the burger.
Yeah, no DeRozan slander.
But yeah. But G, get to this. We were supposed to do this.
Yeah.
We got into it. But that's always the joy of, from the sideline. We always find something to get into it. And, I go hard for 2 things. Nugget hate, just to get G Baby riled up, because that was fun. I don't know. I just died inside. I think GK picked up on it halfway through it. I think GK started to notice I was doing it on purpose. But, yeah, and then, the other thing is whatever. But, yeah, get to this top 10 shooters better than Larry Bird. I want to hear this bullshit.
So, for those of you who did not For those of you who did not watch,
it's right here next
last episode, I said I would find 10 3-point shooters better than Larry Bird. I said 10 off the rip. I got to 7 in my head. Had to think about it. But I found 10 3-point shooters. Not shooter in general. I'm not counting mid-range. Warnock if you're in here. Just 3-point shooting.
Okay. Let's go.
Steph, Clay, Reggie, Ray Allen, James Harden, Damian Lillard, Kyle Korver, J.J. Redick, Dale Ellis, and Paul George. Larry Bird is better than everybody on this list except for Steph. But 3-point shooters?
I give you 7 of those guys. You just said.
Repeat that again.
I'm not going to give you Paul George.
Steph. So the first 5, I think. The first 6 to me, I think are.
Say it again. I didn't make sense.
Steph, Clay, Reggie, Ray, Allen.
And what did you base it off of? What do you base your 3-point on? The volume that they took?
The volume, and it's a combination of volume and officially, and then also I take into difficulty of shot. Like
what about
how difficult
they played in?
I mean, Reggie's on here, and Dale Ellis is on here.
But that don't mean you took in consideration the era they were in. Just what
I mean, that's why Dale Ellis is on this list.
If that's the case, you better off saying Craig Hodges or something over some Paul George. Though.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know who that is. I'm not gonna hold you. You can put me in the list for that. I'm not gonna
put me in the list for that.
You can put me in the list for that. I'm not gonna hold you.
If I'm looking at it in its last quarter and like we get an offensive rebound and we're swinging it around like corner, swing to the wing, who's pulling that 3? Like I'm rather having Larry take that than probably 4 of those guys.
Yeah, you say that, but here's my thing. I did go look at, cause other than the obvious ones like the Steph and Clay and all that, other than them, I went and looked at how many shots these guys were taking a game. You know how like Larry. I think I'm gonna pull it back up so I don't lie. I think Larry had 3-point attempts like twice in his career. Maybe 3.
What was the average for the season for the?
No, yeah, I feel you. I know, and that's what I was going with. No, you're right. That's where I'm going.
Very important. When you're talking about the levels.
You are absolutely right.
And that's why I said you got to take into consideration the era they played in.
You are absolutely
meaning the game around them, not the amount of threes they're taking.
No, you are absolutely right.
You can take, but G baby, hold on. You could take 25 guys from today's game and say they're better 3-point shooters than everybody that has played in the 90s and the 80s because they shoot more and that's just what
and are more efficient efficient.
But it's not. But because they have more attempts, they can have the possibility of being more efficient.
Yeah, you guys are right.
They have to build their game around shooting threes. Where back in the day they didn't. So
y'all are right. Y'all are 100%.
You just skipped over that whole part that matters.
No, I'm trying to get there right now. You guys are right. With the era that they played in, no, Larry Bird wasn't taking a lot of threes. That's what I'm getting to that. Yes, I know league average, it wasn't common to be taking 5-6 threes like people are today. I get y'all. But even with that, me personally, I look at a lot of Larry's shooting. Like in 85, I'm looking at it right here. 0.7 and 1.6. Yeah, he shot 43% from the field, but 0.7, like it wasn't even a 3 a game. I can't look at that and be like, oh, but if he shot more, like I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do I get even
we have to do that.
But even the 1.2, because he had years, he had 1.2 out of 3 and then 1.3 out of 3.1. So 40 and then 41. Like I can let that one slide, but I look at all these other ones, like even Dale Ellis and Reggie, like they like those two in that era. Those two, mind you, these are not better players. These are just better 3-point shooters. Larry Bird is top 10 on my list. The only person that's higher than him that I named is Steph, and that's one spot.
And that's ridiculous to say too.
I don't think it is. I think Steph at 9 is perfectly fine.
That's utterly ridiculous.
The thing for me that's tough
really
is if you take role into consideration.
Statistical category. And you're going to put him over Larry Bird. Larry Bird got everything over him.
Larry Bird.
Wait, GK, wait. With that being said, who's your top 5?
Who my top 5?
Mm-hmm.
MJ.
Is he number 1 in every single statistical category?
I said top 50. Steph Curry's not top 50 in points, rebounds, assists, or
SB.
Only thing Steph Curry's top 50
over fake debates.
I done went through this already. Larry Bird ahead of him on everything. everything.
But he won't be.
So with that, okay, got you.
But
So with that being said, is Russell Westbrook higher than Steph Curry all time?
That's the argument now, but well, that's a nice one.
No,
Is Russell Westbrook ahead of Steph Curry all time?
That's a nice one.
Why not? He's got more points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks all time.
Now, look, listen. Now, see, that's what the point where you kill yourself. Because then now when you go with the accolades and winning, there's the reason why you put Larry Bird, because Larry Bird got the accolades just like Steph do. So then when you go in depth to nitpick what they done with their stats, and they both played 13 years, and everybody tell me Larry Bird was injured at the end of his career, and Steph Curry was still playing. He's going to get ahead of him. But right now, no, he's not a top 10 player, bro. He's not. And then y'all gonna tell me he's winning his dynasty, but he added the second best player in the NBA to continue that dynasty.
Where's Kareem on? Wait. Where's Kareem on your list?
3.
He played with Magic. 5 of his 6 rings were with Magic.
GK,
so if you're gonna knock Steph Curry for having Kevin Durant, I need you to knock Kareem for having Magic. Because all of his 5 of his 6 rings was with Magic.
One he drafted.
Kareem wasn't on the Lakers. Kareem wasn't on the Lakers. No, I'm sorry. He didn't get drafted by the Lakers. He went and joined Magic. Just like KD joined Steph. So knock him. So no. I don't want to hear that. If you're not, I'm sorry, traded, whatever. If you're not,
let me get him. Don't save him. Do not fucking save him. Because Kareem went to the Lakers when nobody was there and they did not make the playoffs.
Yeah, but
so he didn't start winning until he was with Magic.
He was one game off. He was one game. He got drafted there though. Nobody knew Magic was gonna be that good. You can't do that. Then 2.
Nobody knew Magic was gonna be that good. Wasn't him and Larry Bird the first 2 picks in the draft or whatever it was? Let's not do that. Let's not do that. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna act like Magic wasn't.
Who's picked before Magic? Who was picked before Michael Jordan?
Sam Bowie.
No, him and wasn't Hakeem too? Was it Hakeem? Was it Hakeem as well? It was Hakeem and Sam Bowie, right?
You gotta add context to that though. When you say that though, you gotta add context.
Ain't no context. He's saying because they was a top pick.
Because you looking at Sam Bowie off of his future. Sam Bowie was one of the best players in college when he got drafted. You can't do that.
He asked because you was
and he still had a nice NBA career. I think he averaged 16 points.
No, that's not what I said. No. I didn't say you were supposed to. You said nobody knew Magic was going to be that good. My point was him and Larry Bird were the top 2. Everybody said they're going, like everybody was looking at them like, oh, these 2 are going to start going at it in NBA. They're going to be future stars. Nobody doubted Magic and Larry Bird as future stars.
How did we get here?
No.
But I think what I would say is to counter both of you. Nobody knew Magic was going to translate that fast.
Nobody knew Magic was going to be bad.
And I don't think people thought Bird would translate.
We thought it was going to be solid.
We both thought they were going to be solid.
For Magic to step in as a center in his rookie year and win a championship, nobody's seen that in his vision.
Fair enough. I can give you that. But we all knew they was going to be stars.
Wait. But you asked, did I penalize Kareem for being with the Magic? I did. That's why
he's
third. That's why I got him 3rd.
Who's 2?
LeBron.
So Kareem is 3rd, but that's penalizing him.
That is, because honestly, Kareem resume, if we just talking about basketball alone, not just the NBA, Kareem should be the GOAT.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're doing college and high school because he never lost a game in high school.
Basketball period. So if he just going out the NBA,
okay. When I do ranking, if that's the case, Carmelo need to be somewhere because all the Olympic rings he got. I am just doing NBA
for that. Yes, that's why he's 3rd, but that's the top 3 greatest.
I don't know.
Who can
I don't know. He a lot of
I'm gonna show you.
In his prime.
Penalize him.
Go ahead, Boo.
That's how you penalize.
That's utterly retarded.
What'd you say? Wait, you said penalize him how?
That is ridiculous. That is 100% ridiculous.
Oh yeah. That's a great spot, Boo.
Get your book out. Get your book out.
That's weak.
Get your book out. Write me down.
Nah, because look.
Go ahead. Say it again.
Kareem at number 8 is fucking crazy.
No. Let him say it again, Boo. Say what you said again.
Man, look.
You sound like a 12-year-old, Boo.
No. Let him say it. I need you to clear cut this. So
I just said he penalized. I penalized him. He did.
SB, where's Wilt? Where's Wilt in your top 10 as well?
Wilt.
Oh, the fact that he's in it is crazy. But keep going.
Wilt is definitely top 10.
Then Wilt's in my top 10. What are you talking about?
He got every statistical category.
So why ain't he number 1?
He doesn't like anybody
he wasn't winning
before 2005.
So imagine averaging 50 all them years, averaging 30 and 40 and wasn't winning. That's crazy.
But that's why the point you got to.
Kareem was doing the same thing before he got with Magic, averaging all them numbers and losing.
He wasn't. He won
losing. And his one championship was with Oscar Robertson, bro. His one chip was with Oscar. What was he doing on the bench?
Let me see if you do your research.
And
I'm not saying he wasn't, but
Kareem played during the ABA, did he not? So he didn't have to pay any of those ABA players.
Hold on, wait. Do you believe an NBA team can win the championship with Russell Westbrook?
Do I believe an NBA team? Yes, at any point, if that's the context we're doing, yes, Russell Westbrook could have been a champion. He could have been one in 2016. I believe they could have beat. I believe they could have beat the Warriors. I think they should have. I just think they folded. I think that team was set in prime to win a championship. I also think in 2015 or what was the year KD got hurt? Was it 14 or 15? Mm-hmm. Whatever year KD got hurt, I think they could have won a championship that year as well.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm glad that you said that. A lot of people won't say that. Because if you do your research on Oscar Robertson, everything Russell Westbrook is and all the critiques they say about Russell Westbrook, they said the same thing about Oscar Robertson. Go look it through the papers. Go do your research. Everything they say about Russ, they said about Oscar Robertson.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing, but people overblow how much
Kareem is definitely crazy.
But the way they overhate on Russell now, I think is absurd.
I need that clear so you can cut that. You need to put that on TikTok. I need to hear that clear and cut.
He played in the weakest era of basketball. He only won one title in that era. One.
Thank you.
One.
But he was arguable. He was supposed to be the most dominant player ever. And you could only win one championship in that era.
How old was Kareem when he won his last MVP?
With Magic?
Oldest MVP.
How old was Kareem when he won?
33.
What player? I want to know what players you got over him because make sure y'all stay on.
Me or Buwak? Because I'm pretty sure we might have the same.
I want to hear Buwak.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Buwak.
Who I got over him?
Yeah.
Zach, Tim, Hakeem, Kobe.
I hate Tim.
Magic,
MJ Brown,
Michael, and who I miss?
LeBron.
That's utterly ridiculous. That's the most disgusting list I ever heard in my life. That's utterly ridiculous.
I mean, you don't want to hear mine. I mean, it's basically the same.
Hey man, I don't cap for Kareem like that, man. I don't care about all them numbers.
Wait, Buwak, because I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna come back to the word. So your only knock against him is his competition.
That and
that's a pretty big knock.
Lost while he was.
No, it's not. But I'm gonna tell you why that's not a big knock.
And back half. What would he been without Magic Johnson? That's a question that he can't answer.
He was still one of the best players in the league without
Magic. With one title, he wouldn't been top 10.
He was the best player in the league.
But with one title, he wouldn't been top 10.
SB, let me ask you a question. SB, let me ask you a question. If Michael Jordan only had one chip, but was doing the exact same thing, would he be number one still?
Categories this Kareem
and would he be top 3?
One.
Just scoring.
That's it.
First of all, okay, when you bring that up with Jordan, they was labeling Jordan the best player in the league before he even won in the 80s. Yep. He was losing.
That's fine. If he only won one chip, would he be top 10 all time?
Let me finish.
Who labeled him?
Everybody, they was calling him Black Jesus. What are we talking about?
They didn't label him that. They didn't label him that.
Yes, they did.
Michael Jordan didn't get his respect from the whole league and basically to the '92 Olympics when he went over there and bust their ass.
Michael Jordan got his respect.
Boy, they would definitely call him Black Jesus.
They was calling him
it
Black
don't matter
Jesus.
if they was calling him that, Troy. That was
they
the nickname.
Really say he was the best
they
player
wasn't
in the league.
definitively the peers around him.
That's not that.
Hold on, it's crazy.
So wait. When Michael Jordan first came into the league, Magic wasn't better than him?
It's people that call Jokic the best player in the league right now. What does that mean? It's not overwhelming.
Nobody called Joker the best player in the
They
league.
do call him the best player.
Stop it. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I mean, the MVP of the best.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Back-to-back
MVP. He gets that love. He gets that love.
Nobody ever said he was better than Giannis.
No,
people say it. People say
only person say that is in Denver. Only people say that's in Denver. Stop your lie.
No, that's not true.
That's
not true.
It don't matter if they do.
Do you know where the name Tragic Johnson came from?
Yeah, when he lost back-to-back finals.
So how are you so quick to just put Magic, because Magic the reason why he won. Magic was playing trash, and Kareem was carrying. The year that he won the rookie year, Kareem carried them to the.
If Kareem was
y'all
that guy,
why no credit because he got that finals MVP?
I mean, Magic's not high on my list.
The best player.
I mean, Magic's not high on my list. Magic's not high on my list either. But here's the thing:
with that,
why don't you? What's it called? If Kareem's supposed to be that guy, how come we couldn't help him win? when he was still in his prime apparently.
They
In
won
the years Magic Johnson was losing.
They won
Why couldn't
5
Kareem
rings.
put him over the top?
How many? Who got the most Finals MVPs out of them?
Magic
How many Magic got?
3,
How many Kareem got?
2.
No, he don't.
Yes, he do.
So
Are you counting the one in Milwaukee? Wait. Are you counting the one in Milwaukee?
Yes. What are you talking about?
Then they're tied.
No, they not. They got Magic got 3. Kareem got 2.
So who won Finals MVP the first time Kareem won?
The first time Kareem won his first title, he won the Finals MVP.
First of all, the Lakers, Kareem
The first one
was
with the
going to
Lakers.
win it. He got hurt.
Right.
Kareem was
How did we
ready to
get
go.
here, bro?
That's cool.
I
He
don't
won
know.
it, but he didn't.
Because he hating on Kareem. Y'all just don't do your
I'm not hating. He's just not that
He
guy.
didn't win it.
That's-
Y'all overhyped him like he did something.
Magic has 3.
Kareem,
Magic has 3 Finals MVP. Kareem has 2, but then Kareem has 6 to Magic 3 regular season. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In the weakest era, he only won one ring in that
I'm not
era.
doing that
They was
weakest era
literally
bullshit.
handing him that.
Look, imagine if Michael Jordan only won one ring in the 90s. How would we talk about him? If LeBron James only won one ring in the 2010s.
So without Kareem, the Lakers winning.
Michael Jordan would just be another regular player. It wouldn't be how we talk about him. It would just be a role player, like somewhere like a damn.
Didn't they win without him? Did they not win a championship without him?
They won like
Kareem, didn't he get hurt and they won without him?
No.
He was still a part of that team.
No.
he would play.
Magic.
You just said
when he went to the center.
He got hurt in the
He
finals.
got hurt. And
Yeah, but that's what I said. I said, but he
They
got
didn't
hurt.
win without him,
He helped them
though,
get him
technically,
there. That's not winning without him.
They ain't
They
winning
didn't
without
win
him.
without him, bro. Stop.
Like
Magic
when
never
the Eagles
won
won,
without
they
him.
won
That's why they
without
get penalized, too.
Carson Wentz. That's winning without
They
him.
both get penalized. I don't think either of them are top 5.
And then you penalize for something he can't control. You can't control who you play. At that point in time, that was the best player.
100%.
And then
I'll take
hold on, wait. I'm trying to.
But when he was the best player on his own team, he won one ring in the weakest era in basketball. But Boo-Wop just said he won an MVP. Wait. Boo-Wop just said it. Boo-Wop just said it. He won an MVP and he didn't make the playoffs.
It was like
The way y'all killed Jokic
it was like best man in the
Y'all
Western
killed
Conference.
Jokic for winning MVP as a 6 seed.
How would you
Y'all
feel
killed
right now?
Jokic for
How would
winning
y'all
MVP
feel-
as a
how would
6
y'all
seed.
feel right now if I told you that
He got
the
you
Western
going off
Conference
if.
basically was the only conference around right now?
Y'all going
That
off
was
if.
basketball.
Talk fast.
No, it's
Makes
not
a big
if.
difference.
No, SB, it's not if. He
Basketball.
won an
It was basketball at that
MVP
time.
missing
I'm
the
not
playoffs.
penalizing them.
Y'all killed Jokic for
Not
winning an
that.
MVP as a 6
If it's
seed.
other players,
Kareem won it
in
missing the
league,
playoffs.
in another league. That should
How many games? How many games he was off from missing the playoffs?
That right, because that's how
Dr.
basketball
J
was
was not in the
then.
league.
He was
Dr.
one
J
game
was
off
not
off
in
the
the
last
You
game.
cannot
He
do
was
that.
one game
Why
off.
the
You
fuck
turn
can I not
around.
do that?
Jokic won it as a 6 seed and he
Same
gets
thing
heat.
for the ABA and say they didn't have these the best players that was in the
I
NBA.
do. I
They didn't
penalize
have
all
them.
of them. You can't tell me how my criteria is. I penalize all of them.
No, I don't like that, Boo. I don't like that at
You
all.
have to. You have to.
I have to. I penalize all of them
No,
for that
You
era.
have
yes.
to.
no.
Bro, it's the
I have
same
to
reason why
penalize
people
them
don't.
because basketball started and
Detroit,
it was
let me
two
ask you a
leagues,
question.
And it was 2 leagues and they still was playing, right? And eventually in their history, they both merged, right? What happens with most companies, right? There'll be 2 of them and then down the line, somewhere down there, no matter how long it takes, they both will merge. So you're penalizing them because they didn't merge sooner. You're penalizing them because there were two leagues, 2 different guys who owned the leagues, who had different business plans that wanted to build their business to be the best. You're penalizing them because one guy
You're not
wasn't saying,
penalizing
hey,
them.
maybe we should go over there and play with these guys. No, they started differently. They didn't realize it
You're
until
not
ratings
penalizing
started
them.
being
You're just not
effective.
giving them as much credit as you give
No,
the
I'm
other
giving them the
guys.
credit that they're playing in that league, and that's it.
All right, let
That's
me
it.
ask
I'm
you a
not
question,
giving
Troy.
them, I'm not going to take credit away from them or be like, I'm putting Kareem at 8 because he played in the weakest era. That's penalizing.
No, it's not that he played in the weakest era. It's that he played in the weakest era and didn't win. He won one. He was supposed to be the most dominant player anybody's ever seen and won one shit. One. What happened the other 9 years in that decade? Why wasn't he winning? He won an MVP missing the playoffs.
Troy, the way I
And
look
y'all
at it-
killed Jokic for winning his. He won it as a 3 seed and a 6 seed. Y'all killed him for that. But Kareem went to MVP missing the playoffs. Ooh.
I get it. Not the first decade, but not the second one.
The way I look at it is like this. Let's say I was a sprinter, right, from 1960 to 1970, and I was the first place in the World Championships every single year, first place for a decade, 10 years straight, first place, right? But my best time was like 11 seconds. But then fast forward to today, and I have a 10-year career. I only was world champion one time, but my slowest time was 10 seconds. Who's better?
I'm not gonna lie. You run 11 seconds in today's league, bro. Why are you even there? Get off the
That's
track.
what I'm saying.
Get off the track. Like, what are you like? Why are you here?
You have to consider weakest era because
no, I don't.
If you
just like
don't
who I said, you can't tell me what my criteria are. I'm sorry, G. I understand you, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like the weakest era. Like it wasn't weak. It was what they built in that time. It went through
you
a
have to take
change.
it into consideration.
Wasn't weak.
We
It
can't
wasn't
sit
weak.
here, right? Hold on. Trilogy just won their third title in the Big Three, right? They won the first year, right? Then Power won. Then I forget the third team who won. Then Trilogy won last year, and now Trilogy won again. So Trilogy now has 3 titles, right? But when Big Three first started, it wasn't the Big Three it is today. So I'm not going to penalize Trilogy because they played in a weak era because teams would because you had to catch up. I'm not saying, but that's what you're saying to me because these guys played in a different in this era and they didn't win or they won. Like it's got to like no, I get it. When I'm judging him in the era he played, right? And what he did in that era. Yes, winning counts, but then he also played for 20 years. So that means I also have to take the back end of the 10 years, the other 10 into consideration. And when you do that, right? When you do that, what did he accomplish in that time? You can't just take half of it and be like, oh, that the first 10 years he only won one championship in that and the easiest ever. But he also played in the 80s, the whole 80s.
Factoring the 80s.
The whole 80s.
If he didn't do that, he wouldn't even be in my top 10.
Yeah, but you're penalizing him because
Facts.
of
I mean, look, you could say the era wasn't weak. You could say the era as a whole wasn't weak. But it's weak compared to the other eras.
These guys that were good in that league.
The 90s, 2000s, and 2010s, and the beginning of the 2020s, clear Kareem's era in the 70s. Clear. Like, the 70s can't touch them. They can't even breathe next to them.
That's fine. That's I'm still not. You can feel that way. I just agree to disagree. I'm not calling them a weak era.
I feel like the
y'all know
NBA,
me. Yeah, it's the same thing y'all do with the choking and folding shit. It's the same thing. I'm not doing
the equivalent of the NBA being divided, the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. Like they had their own champion. That's just like to me. I can't judge.
That's not how I look at it.
That's fine, but that's what it essentially was.
It was 2 different leagues. What it essentially was one guy with a business plan, another guy with a business plan, and they both tried to make it work. That's what they did. They both had their own leagues. It's not, it was East here and West. No, they both had their own leagues until they could figure out how they can join that shit.
To go to each one.
Right, and it's up to the player. So I'm not going to penalize Kareem because Kareem went to the NBA. And
I'm saying he should have. I'm saying if the era was that weak, he should have won more.
That's what I'm saying.
Basketball league.
If he's the most dominant player that they had ever seen, he should have won more. That's my point.
No, I could.
When the competition was minuscule.
In the 70s,
who else was winning?
Because who was winning in the 70s?
It was random teams. That's why it's the weakest era. There was no back-to-backs. No team dominated. It's the weakest era.
So somebody new was winning every year?
Every other year. The Celtics won 2. The Knicks won 2 in that era.
I don't know.
Not Wilt.
Yeah, did Wilt get one that year?
The Lakers won 1.
Yeah, Wilt got one hit.
Yeah. So yeah, you got the Lakers 1-1. The
in the 70s,
Celtics.
Knicks,
wait, Jerry West
the Utah Stars, the Bucks, the Pacers, the Lakers, the Pacers, the Knicks, the Nets, Boston, the Kentucky, whatever the fuck they because it's counting ABA.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Utah one in the NBA.
Yeah, they count ABA. Hold on, I got you. So 70s.
No, but I feel
Warnock said Kareem was letting Wes Unseld win.
The Knicks, the Bucks, the Lakers, the Knicks, Boston Warriors, Boston, the Bullets, Lakers. So it doesn't seem to me.
Kareem said, Warnock said Kareem was letting Wes Unseld win chips.
So because we never look at like, they're an 8-time Eastern Conference champ. Like we only look if they're an NBA champion.
And also too, I just equated.
Towards the end of this. No, I counted the 80s. I'm sorry. So the last team to win in the 70s was the Supersonics, 79.
Hey, Warnock kind of spitting right now. Getting swept as the 1 seed by Bill Walton. It's kind of tough.
Who was some sub or
Kareem? It's like imagine if the Warriors with KD only won 1 chip.
But by Bill Walton,
and we're together like 7 years.
By Bill Walton is crazy because y'all act like before Bill Walton didn't get injured, he wasn't that guy.
Was he Kareem? Everybody says Kareem's the most dominant player of that
he
era.
didn't have a chance to even get to Kareem's standard because he got
awesome.
injured. Yeah, but Bill was that guy. So don't say Bill by
really
Bill
good.
Walton like Bill wasn't nobody. Like he was a nobody. Like Bill wasn't a nobody. He was a somebody.
But Kareem, you're supposed to be the best player, the most dominant. How you get swept, bro?
We can say that for everybody. You say that for everybody. And,
Can you?
And I got Kareem.
Did Michael Jordan ever get swept?
Too. Not in the finals, no.
No, like as a 1 seed, like he clearly was the better team, but got swept.
You can't. No, you can't say that for everybody. Correct myself. But
okay,
good teams.
Yeah, everybody loses. Yeah, everybody loses.
Definitely good teams ever got 4 but no, I mean, I don't penalize guys. I just look at what they did in their era. If winning goes into it, but he also dominated the league, so that got to count for some. And then, like I said, still dominated the league. He dominated the league. He got the stats to show for it. Like that's why LeBron. That's why the conversation could be had today that LeBron's still playing. So he wants to be the top scorer in the league. He wants to beat Kareem out. Like Kareem did something for the league. You got to take in what he has done for the game. He has set markers for the game that everybody wants to live up to. So I take all that shit into consideration, and I got Kareem definitely. I got MJ, Braun, Kareem, and then I think Bird going forward, my new one.
So, the 1988 3-point shooting champion isn't top 10.
Yeah, I'll go
3-point shooting. That's what we're doing with no refs and no defense in your face.
That's what I'm gonna do.
The only real talk, I'm gonna go through the history of 3-point shooting.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Because I guarantee y'all it doesn't matter. I guarantee y'all the 3-point contest does not matter. I hate when people bring it up as an argument point. Like, oh, he was a 3-point shooting champion. Like,
Kareem is number 2
it's a participation award. Like, since when do we care about participation awards?
You like that, boo?
Because, baby, Larry Bird.
Bro, on this 3.
You know how
go ahead, get in your bag, GK. I miss you. Get in your bag. I miss you.
Do you know how good of a 3-point shooter Larry Bird would have been if they would have just asked him to be a Kyle Korver and they were like, hey, we need you to do nothing else other than run around the floor, do a catch and shoot 3. That's your only job. That's the only plays you're going to do. You're going to get 8 of those a game every game. Do you know what Larry's numbers would look like if they let him do that?
Yeah, he'd be higher on my list. But, hey, 1-3 a game, I'm sorry, I can't give you that, bro.
That's because he was busy doing other shit.
Daquan Cook was a 3-point contest winner. Jason Capono was a 3-point contest winner.
Capono was a good shot.
Now you're just trying to take the value away from the 3-point contest because you're gonna name.
Because it means nothing.
Doesn't mean nothing. That means those guys shot in that damn 3-point contest. What are you talking about?
A 3-point contest with no defense in your face, a timer, and everybody just there to have a good time.
It's a fucking event.
It means nothing to me.
That's fine. I'm not
just
gonna
like
fight you on
All-Star
what it
Game
means to you.
MVPs mean nothing.
I'm not gonna fight what it
Like,
means.
who the hell is James Jones? What's a 3? Man,
James Jones was a 3-point shooter.
Right. This is 3 guys who shoot 3s at a high level in the league. Like those are the guys who win 3-point shooters. Yeah, like that's why you take them in consideration for the guys that shoot 3-pointers. Like you're not gonna take that in consideration for a guy that just went there just to go and try to see.
I'm not gonna use it as an argument point to raise you up in a top.
No, I agree with that. I'm not gonna bring up these 3-point contests.
Like I
but
just
you can't
like
dismiss you just trying to dismantle the.
Like if you play with all those 10 guys, like Larry's gonna be in there with 3s only.
He can probably if I look at my list, he can probably get over Dale Ellis and maybe JJ. Like if there's an argument to be made, I'll say maybe Dale Ellis and JJ can go under him
to shoot 3s.
Right, all of them.
That's fine. Paul George may roll isn't to shoot 3s, but hey,
if I need a guy to take a 3 to win me a game, give me the Bird.
I'd rather.
I'm taking Steph, Clay, and Ray Allen. Now, if you want to say game on the line, because give
me the guy. Hold on, no, give me the guy that can shoot a 3. The coach called timeout. He smacks it and tells the dude that's sticking him, "I'm going right back to the same spot and I'm going to make it on you again," and then does it. I'll take that guy. That's the guy.
That sounds like that killer mentality argument that I
That's the guy I'm going to take from the 3-point line. The guy that can tell you what he's going to do right after doing it and then do it again.
So are you taking Michael Jordan from the 3-point line over a lot of these guys?
Michael Jordan?
Because Michael Jordan will go tell you that he's going to do the same thing again and do it.
He probably
Are you going to take Michael Jordan over a lot of these guys?
For last shot? For last shot?
3-point shot. Not the last shot. 3-point shot. A 3-pointer.
I take Steve Kerr.
All right.
I'm taking Prime Danny Green. No.
Hey, Prime Danny Green hit 14 threes in the finals.
Hey,
That's
Prime Danny Green still made 9 threes the other day.
Hey, that's clutch
on his broken leg, nigga, in the pro-am? He fucking in a wheelchair shooting 9 threes. Like.
Hey, 14
Speaking of which,
in the finals game.
Y'all hating on the Knicks. Did y'all see Jalen Brunson in the pro-am?
Nobody give a fuck about Jalen Brunson. Didn't y'all lose that game, Jalen Brunson, Randall, and Toppin? Didn't y'all lose that game, Jalen Brunson, Randall, and Toppin?
You don't think the Knicks are going to be better with Jalen Brunson? You think the Knicks
are
going to
what I think you guys should
Who's your
do,
coach?
I think the question should be is, should you trade for damn Donovan Mitchell? And how does a Donovan Mitchell and Brunson
I think RJ Barrett is going to be better.
Like,
you think RJ Barrett's going to be better?
If Thibodeau gives him the chance to be better.
What is better? I want to know what better is to you.
He's pretty good. You can't deny that. He's a pretty good
player. Yeah, he's cool.
Like wherever you would consider him in like best players of the league, it's gonna go up.
He's not top 50, so is he jumping up in that range?
So yeah, he's gonna definitely jump in there.
If I had time, I would give you 50 players that I know he won't be.
No, right now, but I'm saying by the time the season's done.
Yeah, by the time the season ends, I guarantee you there's 50 players I can name that RJ Barrett won't be better than. No, we're not gonna go there. I
think he's gonna be looked at as like a star in the league.
All right, if you say so.
I mean, where do you look at Donovan Mitchell? I feel like he could at least catch up to him.
Donovan Mitchell, to the defense of Donovan Mitchell, something I never thought I would be doing. Donovan Mitchell has led his team to the playoffs a lot more consistently as the best player on his team. RJ Barrett's been a second fiddle to Julius Randle.
But that's
Julius Randle might not even be.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to be like that moving forward.
It's by design, though, GB.
It's not that by design. That's just because he's not better than Julius Randle.
Exactly.
Simple.
And honestly,
that could be true.
If how good is Donovan Mitchell? He's about to be a fourth option because Jalen Brunson better than him too.
Not if he stepped up.
Jalen Brunson.
RJ Barrett, yeah.
No, I'm not saying RJ's a star. RJ could be I think highest level right now.
I think he's going to be very good.
He could get to right below All-Star status.
I think he can be top 30-ish. Top 20, 30.
Yeah, he got game. We can't deny he got game. But yeah, we ain't getting to no segments either. I know that's why you put that in there. We ain't getting to no damn segment. This was just one of those shows,
I blame Trent. You know what? I blame Trent for this. I blame Trent.
Why you blaming Trent? He
showed his face and he allowed nastiness.
Everything. Nah, I did. I had to do it for Trent. I was like, I could get G Baby on this conversation because we talking about the Nuggets. So.
Real quick, G Baby,
all I got to do is say I don't believe.
RJ averaged 14, and then the next year 17, and then the next year 20. So he's getting better every year.
Yeah, he is.
I never said he wasn't. He just ain't gonna be no star.
You think
and honestly, he's about to get shipped off for Donovan Mitchell. If they get Donovan Mitchell, RJ's gone.
If RJ averages 26 points, then how would you look at him?
That might be a better opportunity for him.
On the Jazz?
Yeah, he might have a bigger role.
Okay, so I keep it like this.
And then he'll have playing time to develop too.
If he averages 26 points.
Yeah, I'm going to answer the question, GK. I got you. So, for you, GK, if he averages 26 points, the only thing that will determine how I look at RJ Barrett is what their record is and if they make the playoffs.
Okay, so if they have a better record, then they have 37 games. So let's say they go to 42, and he averages 26.
And they make the playoffs?
They're like I don't know what
seed that or at least the play-in? If he's showing me that if he's averaging 26 and it's clear he's the best player on the team, I'll give RJ a little bit more love. I'm like, all right, RJ, I didn't think you had that in you. You led your team to at least the play-in because we know the Knicks aren't good. Shout out to you, my guy. I give him some love. I'll raise him up. I just genuinely don't believe he has that in him.
Well, that's
especially now because Jalen Brunson's there.
So we agreed all the way up to that point, and that's just where I think that's a possibility of what could happen when we're looking at the end of the regular season and we're sitting here looking at the same thing. I think that's possible, like what you just said.
Oh, I mean, But he's got to average 26 and like be the clear best player.
Between like 24 and 20, like mid 20s.
You said 26 though, but I think at most he getting. That's like if everything goes right this year, at most he's getting like 21, 22. But everything's got to go right. Like Julia's got to be on one, Jalen got to be on one, and he got to be on one, and the defense got to click. D-Rose got everything's got to go right for that to happen. Personally. I don't get me wrong. He is getting better. 14, 17, 20. Every year he's improving. That's great. He's solid. He's a cool player. He ain't no star though. The biggest star moment about him was when he was at Duke next to Zion.
I think RJ could get to like a hero level.
Why not?
What is a hero level?
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like Hero's more closer to star status than RJ Barrett ever is. Honestly, Hero is arguably a star. Honestly, you can make the argument.
Stars are behind superstars. All stars are below that. I would say he can be in that all-star category, but he's not a star.
That's what I mean. Like,
so then, if that's the case, RJ Barrett ain't even all-star level.
And I said,
what
I said is, I'll go back. What I said, if all-star level is here, I think RJ Barrett could be right here. So that's what I'm saying. He can be close to a hero.
So if that's the case, if all-star level is right, so if star level is right here and all-star level is right here, I feel like Hero is dancing around this and RJ's like right here. That's how I view the two.
No,
I don't think RJ.
How many points did he just go from? Hold on. GK, tell me them stats again.
14, 17, 20.
Each, from year 1 to year
14, 17, and 20.
Yeah. So rookie year 14, next year 17, next year 20.
Yeah, I look at RJ Barrett like he could potentially be better than a guy like Tyler Hero.
13, 15, 20 for Hero.
He can because Hero is just
Hero has more impact too.
No,
Hero has more impact.
He's just more impactful on the team that he's on.
Opportunity. That's what I said. If he go to the Jazz, he might have more
opportunity.
That's a situation, really, though.
Oh yeah, but if he goes to the Jazz, he can average. If he averages 26, but they a 10 seed, I'm not gonna give him that love.
But to the situation, boo, I said that's if Tom Thibodeau is ready to use him to that extent.
I also that's an interesting that we bring up Hero, and I feel like it's kind of spicy to say this, but I almost feel like if you swap the two, then the Heat are better.
I don't.
I disagree.
Because it's just the situation. It's like he serves that situation a lot better too. Because Hero is just an offensive player. Like he's a true, to me, a 6-man. Like in that situation, I don't like him as a starter. I wouldn't trust him as a starter yet. I mean,
well, he's kind of a liability. I would say RJ's better on defense because he's more athletic. He's lengthier.
He is. This is why I think RJ's a better player.
I feel like the scoring drop off isn't that much between the two.
When it comes, I just think impact wise, and I feel like when it comes to like all-star star, even though it's technically nasty to see it, I feel like, for example, the same reason people don't call Jokic a superstar is why.
No,
he doesn't have that appeal.
No, he's
don't call him a superstar.
No,
there's a lot of people that not y'all. There's a lot of people that don't consider Jokic a superstar because he doesn't have that appeal or what's the word I'm looking, like that mainstream appeal factor. Like people barely started coming.
See, this is where me and GK.
You know what I mean? Like
this is where me and GK agree on the superstar talk. He can make up for that, right? Not having that mainstream appeal by the way he plays in the game and the way his name. He's a household name.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's why what you just said, household name. I feel like Tyler Hero is more of a household name than RJ Barrett, which is why
100%, 100%.
And that's the reason why.
But I think that's
also their situation.
Yeah.
Hero's on a team that's the 1 seed.
I agree.
If RJ was on the team that's the 1 seed, more people would be talking about it.
If you go back if I'm not mistaken, if you go back to last year when the Knicks did make the playoffs and the Heat was still doing that, I think RJ and Hero got mixed up in some conversations together. I could be wrong about that, but I could remember hearing on Big Stream Media them mixing them in together because they were around the same points, 15, 16.
And I'm pretty sure RJ's only 21.
And they both averaged 20 points this year too, so you can't say they that far off.
No, you're right.
You can say Hero bag is deeper the way he gets to his points to what he can
RJ just turned 22.
Yeah, I don't think
he just last month.
Yeah. They're both young. He's got a lot of, like, for example, I look at a guy like Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine took a while to come into his own, but now he's here. RJ Barrett and Tyler Hero could easily do the same thing, and you're right, situations matter. I just think right now, as it stands, Tyler Hero is closer to more of a household name and a bigger star than RJ.
That's fair.
I said, GK, if RJ Barrett comes up and is averaging 24 or 26 and he's taking that next step and he, the guy on the team, hey, I'll give him some love. I just don't.
Let me ask you this: if you think they both reached their maximum potential as the best they could ever possibly be in their life, regardless of what point in their career that is, who's better?
Tyler Hero, to me.
You think so? So you think if
they both reach their max?
If they both reach their max,
because I think
Tyler's
because I think Tyler Hero has a higher ceiling than RJ.
I don't think so. I disagree.
I
mean, that's fine, but that's fine. Like, I'm not even saying it's far off. I'm not even saying it's far off. I just think Tyler Hero. It could be. You could say because
I think that ceilings are actually close.
I think he has a higher ceiling. Where literally on Miami, all they're asking him to do, especially with Jimmy, you know how he coasts in the regular season. All they're asking him to do is score. I believe Miami wants Tyler Hero to be their top scorer, at least regular season wise. Now playoffs, if you can have him sustain that, and you get Jimmy turning up, that's a W. That's dubs all across the board. But I think they want Tyler Hero to be their main. Not facilitator. What am I trying to say? Like their main shot creator. That's what I want to say. Like, because this is what I said about Miami. I don't think Miami is ever going to win a championship if Jimmy Butler is your only shot creator. They're not going to win that way. They might make a finals again, but they're not going to win. Jimmy Butler cannot be your only shot creator. Nothing against Jimmy,
bro.
But because he doesn't have a great perimeter game, you need another shot creator who's a threat perimeter-wise. Jimmy will make them in clutch time more often than not, but we all know Jimmy is a more attack you mid-range, back you down post fade type player. He doesn't really have a perimeter game. He's the better version of DeMar DeRozan, because DeMar DeRozan doesn't have a perimeter game either.
He ain't better than DeMar. He's not better than DeMar as a scorer though.
I meant player.
All right, but real quick, RJ Barrett,
like he's a better player, like a better version,
clutch
like because they both have similar games, but DeMar DeRozan, but Jimmy Butler's a better player. That's what I meant.
Yeah, but it's really because of the defense and other intangibles.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm taking it everything, but it's because of his defense is why I'm saying Tyler Hero. If they can have, I think if Tyler Hero can come up, same thing like you said to RJ Barrett. If Tyler Hero can come up averaging 25, 26, I think the Heat are dangerous. Because I know in the playoffs, Jimmy's going to turn up. It's really just a matter of Tyler Hero sustains it.
You see Tyler Hero averaging 26?
I don't, but I know that's what Miami wants. I think that would be best case scenario for them.
No, I think best case
I don't think he'll do it.
Would be for Bam to step up the scoring. So.
What did he average this past year? 20, right?
But real quick. RJ Barrett, Tyler Hero both played 3 seasons. And I know numbers don't tell the whole story, but points per game. Barrett 17.5, Hero 16.7. Rebounds 5.6 to 4.7. Assists 2.9 to 3.2. Steals 0.8 to 0.6. Block 0.3 to 0.2. Total points 3,469 to Barrett, 2,925 to Hero. Rebounds 1,100 to 800 for Hero, and they both have the same amount of rebounds. They both have the same amount of assists with 568. Then steals, Barrett 151, Tyler Hero 113, Barrett 53 blocks, Tyler 34 total games. Barrett 198, Tyler 175. He's been hurt a little bit. And then percentage, Tyler is just has better efficiency than him. So when I say RJ Barrett could be on the level of Tyler Hero, if he can get better efficiencies, because he's not that far off. 41 to 41% from the field to 44 for Tyler Hero, 35 to 38. So he's not that far behind him in efficiency either. So I would say
this too.
I agree. I
would say it's a lot easier to be efficient if you're playing on the Heat
on a good team,
currently than if you're playing on the Knicks.
Yeah,
that's fair. All your points are fair. I understand that. I just think the gap is slightly bigger than what y'all have it at, but I think RJ Barrett has the potential because you're right. He has been improving every year in the league. It's just He's got the reason why I don't see him taking that next step is Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson. And then if he gets traded for Donovan Mitchell, he's going to be on a losing team. He might put up the numbers, but like, what do we say about people who put up numbers on losing teams?
So but I don't. That's what y'all say, not me.
I mean,
not every team can win. What is it? 16? What is it? 16 teams, 12 teams in each conference?
Yeah, but I mean, look at the way people look at LeBron. He averaged 30 on a team that was 10 games, 12 games under 500. So
yeah, and I let him have it for that.
That's a difference. Like LeBron is somebody that's established and down, so you can't really like.
Yeah, I know LeBron is like probably the wrong name to use, but point is like. It's frowned upon if you average big numbers on a team that just loses.
Yeah.
Like Carmelo got heat for that.
But not every team can win.
You're right. Not every team can win, but
if you go to a bad team like a guy like RJ Barrett, a guy that's not very high on the radar as far as a great player or anything like that, like most people like me, I personally don't see him getting nowhere above probably an all-star level. Like that's about it.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't see that, but I see the same thing for Tyler Hero. Like I don't see him being a star. If you're a star in this league, on the same page, you are a second option guaranteed. Mm-hmm. And I don't see that in Hero game. Neither do I see it in
RJ Barrett. Yeah, fair enough. That's why I said all-star. They both could around the same level.
If you had to pick which one would become a second
right now, Hero.
If I had to pick, I would say Barrett because he don't have.
Second option. I was gonna say if you had to pick one right now, I would take Hero, but to come in second option, Barrett.
Okay, fair enough. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, Barrett. I mean, he's technically more polished, and he's better on both sides of the ball. Like as an overall two-way, he's better defensively. I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just more poised to become a number two. Like he's set up to be that. Like, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't think he becomes down the Knicks. I think that's the wrong team for him. I think he needs to find another place, though.
Yeah. So really in order to be a good number two option, you need a good number one option. You need somebody to complement you to be that. You know,
Julius Randle ain't that.
I don't see Julius.
No slight to him, but I don't see Julius being that.
Let me ask you a question then. Do you think, like, the way I see, if RJ Barrett pans out, to me, I look at him as a similar type of player to like Paul George. Like
no.
Why?
Paul George was the best player on the team, leading his team.
He was the number one option.
Conference finals and all that.
Paul George is the number one option. First 3 years, he averaged 7, 12, and 17.
Right, but he was the number one.
Oh, if you're just looking he wasn't the first 3 years because Danny Granger was there, but I get your point.
Right, but I'm saying at some point in his career,
he took over as the number one option.
I don't see RJ or Tyler Hero doing it. On that Pacers team, when he took over, that was his team.
And mind
he was against LeBron, that was his team.
And he was an MVP candidate and arguably the best player on them Thunder
teams. I don't see that for
Hero.
Tyler.
Yeah,
I don't see that.
That would shock me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is a great example. He came into his zone late. He was in the league for a good 6-7 years before he finally once he it was almost like he was forced to be the best player on his own team, and he stepped up. Hero and RJ might have that in them if they get put in that situation. But Zach LaVine, we just thought Zach LaVine was a dunker. I'm saying that's my point. I'm saying
he's saying they have the potential.
They have the potential to be what Zach did.
Do you see that? Zach refined his game because when Zach turned he was a pure
slasher dunker, and
that's what he was. And now he has a Jimmy. Now he has a Jimmy. Now
it's because of the situation he was drafted into. He came to Minnesota. Timberwolves had just drafted Cat and Wiggins.
So that's RJ Barrett was to go to a team.
If RJ Barrett was to go to a team
with two number one picks on it, I think he'd be the same player.
I was going to say
if he leaves the team and gets forced to be a number one option,
he'd be number 3. I was saying maybe if he goes to the Bucks because he averages 20. If you bring him off the bench, that's fine because then he replaces Grayson Allen scoring. He could replace Chris Middleton if Chris Middleton go down. He gives you the defense that you need and the help defense scheme that you guys play. Like a team like Atlanta got DeAndre.
I think I was gonna say
Barrett could have been good behind. What's his damn name? Trae Young. Having a guy that could pass the ball on point, run the offense. But I don't know. I don't know what them two futures hold. Tyler Hero could be something special.
Wouldn't you say?
But then he could also be just another Jamal Crawford who just gets 6 man of the year.
20, probably age 27 to 32 is
exactly. So they have
where
time.
you're gonna be your best, right?
Exactly. So they have time.
And he's
GK.
literally only just turned 22 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah, RJ Barrett has been better. RJ Barrett has been better than Tyler Hero in the playoffs too.
I mean,
when it just comes to points per game, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks.
I get you.
And the
RJ Barrett
close again.
RJ Barrett wasn't the problem in that Hawk series. I'll just put it like that. He was not the problem. It was Julius Randle. So, yeah.
Because I just look at it like he's gonna get bigger and stronger. He's gonna get smarter. His 3-point shot's gonna get better.
I got bigger.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, GK. Like I said, I agree with all your points. I think he has the potential. He keeps improving. Like I said, not everybody can just come into the league off the rip and start spazzing. Sometimes you got late bloomer.
Yeah, sometimes you got to grow.
Which is why Zach LaVine is my perfect example. Mm-hmm. He was a late bloomer. I did not think Zach was going to be what he is now.
I don't think Zach was a late bloomer though. Like I think
he refined his game.
I think he was limited to show us who he was on the Timberwolves. Once he got to the Bulls, he became an instant 20-point scorer.
Right, but what I'm saying is, dude, he refined his game in that Boo-Up. Exactly what you're saying, because the Timberwolves needed him to be something where he had more game that he can contribute. Once he got to the Bulls, he was able to refine what the Wolves made him into the player that he is today, to give him that leeway to be like, all right, I'm confident in myself to take 3 points. I'm confident in myself to tween pull up. Like, he had to build that, because if you're not taking those shots in Minnesota, then you're not going to be comfortable going to another team and just automatically taking those shots. He went in there with the confidence that he would have the freedom to be the player that he is. And then once you add now this year some help, getting him DeMar DeRozan, Caruso, and those guys, Alonzo, I think if that team stay healthy down somewhere down the road, if some teams get injured, they could definitely see themselves in the finals.
But it's with all these guys, like, this was my main point, was like, because now that he's going into year 4, usually when you look at these type of guys going into year 4, 5, 6, there's a huge leap. Like, even look at Jaylen Brown, also a 6'6" that plays like 2-3, right? 2 or the 3. Same thing. His first 3 years, 6 points, 14 points, 13 points, but year 4 takes his leap, 20 points, year 5, 24 points, right? So that's just the point that I was originally trying to make, was this is going to be year
I think
4.
Tyler,
I don't think year he takes that step forward.
But I don't think the leap is going to be that big, because what you said with Jaylen, he went from 13 to 20. RJ's already at 20, so I don't.
But I think how many in the year that he averaged 13 GK, how many games did he play?
Oh yeah, he did get hurt.
Who?
JB.
74.
74, 13. Ooh. That's a bad
74 games. He played 78 games, 70 games, 74 games.
Oh,
his first 3 years.
Hurt. That's crazy.
No, he got hurt in year 4, 57
Wait. That third year, who was there?
It was year 4 he got hurt. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Who was
but he
there
averaged 20 that year.
Who was there? Kyrie, wasn't it? Kyrie, and then year 3 didn't go in. He would come back too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about Zach, though. Like, now look at Zach.
Yeah, I'm just talking about progression.
I can see.
I get you,
but when you're looking at Brown's progression, because he went up and then went down, you then have to look at what made him go down, and what made him go down is because you got a ball dominant point guard, and then you had Gordon.
Yeah, but I also think he got better,
forced into the system 100%. He was able to show that the next season that these are my talents. The same thing with Zach LaVine. But the question is can we see that from an RJ Barrett or Tyler Hero? You could say yes, G, and I could respect that, but I just don't.
It's not crazy to say.
Yeah, I just don't think those two players can be that. I think they could be all stars, but I think like Boo-Up said, that's their ceiling.
Well, Tyler Hero's already an all-star. It's RJ was waiting on.
Yeah, they could prove us wrong. That's fine, but we gotta wait and see. Just like MPJ, I could be wrong about him. He could get his injuries together and be an all-star too, a consistent all-star year in, year out.
Yeah, but he's not the one I'm banking on. Honestly, it's Jamal.
No, I think the Nuggets organization is banking on both of them.
Oh, I mean, they paid him, so you better be.
Yeah, but sometimes you make a mistake though.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a diehard Nuggets fan.
And that's what I'm saying, MPJ. I think because they got him, they need both of them, because his skill set is great for that team. If he could, he can definitely take that pressure off of Murray and Jokic to give you guys a chance.
From 3.
Yeah, to give you guys a chance to win a championship too. But the one thing I would say earlier when I was trolling you, but when I was saying teams around you getting better, also into that, what I didn't think about saying is you got to think about how their defense is going to play you guys now, how they're going to go into scheming against you guys and the matchups they're going to try to give you guys to make it tougher because they done seen this for the last 4 years and now they done had a taste of Jokic on his own and they're like, all right, now these two guys come back. What are we going to do to combat that? So that's all I want to see. I want to see can the Nuggets actually get over that damn hump like Boston. Like Boston, you guys have been to a Western Conference Finals. You guys have been in the playoffs consistently, a top seed consistently. But I just have questions about the system that you guys run and how you run it through Jokic. I don't see where it translates to a championship unless the teams in front of them are injured. Fully healthy, I don't think that system translates because I just think somehow how do you guys going to match up against the Warriors? Like you'll think you'll match up well, but in the playoffs with their experience of winning,
I think healthy we match up perfectly fine because
right with personnel.
Problem, yeah, because like for example, the year Jamal Murray got hurt and it was just Jokic and MPJ against the Suns. Even though I still don't think we should have got swept. The reason why we had so much trouble with them, me personally, from just me watching, Devin Booker and Chris Paul were doing their thing, and MPJ is not a shot creator. At least not like how Devin Booker and Chris Paul are. So we didn't have that guy like Jamal Murray to go back on the other end and combat that. So we had to rely on MPJ getting, cuts to the basket and open threes. And if you don't have a guy who can shot create, because I love Jokic, but we all know he's slow and he big and he ain't moving like that. So because we didn't have that, that's where I feel like we struggled against the Suns. I feel like if we have Jamal, we have something to combat. At least now, maybe not in their prime, but now we have something to combat that. They went with that little lineup with Steph, Clay, Jordan Poole, and Andrew Wiggins. I genuinely think they can't run that lineup anymore. They were able to run that lineup because they knew we didn't have the defense to stop it. They can't run that lineup anymore. Now, personally,
they still can.
I don't think it'll be effective because once they faced the Grizzlies and they found teams that could actually defend it a little more, they stopped running it. It didn't work. When they ran Steph, Clay, Jordan Poole, Wiggins, and Draymond, their death lineup, once they got to other teams, it didn't work as well. Jordan Poole was struggling.
You just find a weak
Clay wasn't looking at so. No, that's what I'm saying. I feel like they were able to be so successful against us because we didn't have the defense. Y'all still don't. I disagree. I think we're better defensively now than what we were last year.
That still don't mean you got an answer for it. I get that.
I don't think anybody has an answer for Golden State, but we're able to deter it a little better.
But it's the same thing I realize going back and forth with Buop and them is like, at some point in time, you're going to need to have an answer for Giannis. And if I'm looking at Boston, do we have that answer? No.
I mean,
we have that answer. We have the answer for the team, but not him.
I mean, I get you.
And at some point, that sometimes is just enough what they need to get over that hump.
I get you. So what I would say to that, I think we have. I mean, obviously, this is all me banking on MPJ and Jamal Murray being themselves and healthy. But I think even like Steph is Steph. Steph is one of those guys. You're not gonna stop him. Steph is gonna do what he does. The only way Steph has a bad game is if Steph is just missing shots. That's how I view Steph. So I'm not, but I think Clay and Poole and Wiggins, I think we have an answer for them now. I think we can compete with that.
I don't know.
Wiggins. Hey, Wiggins stepped up. I'll give him that. Clay's getting older. We'll see what a new training camp does with him. If Clay comes back in his 2019 Clay, then I'm not.
We're about to get out of 2019 Clay though. Like, long as he's a good version of himself. Like a more consistent version of himself for that matter. 21 points a game. Like, he probably not gonna have to average 20 on this team. Like, you got Poole, you got too many.
But they're
let's to be continue this conversation.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because GK got to leave, and I don't want it to be down to 3. So let's final thoughts.
Let's wrap it up.
Final thoughts, G baby.
Great show. Shout out Trent coming back. Shout out GK. We missed you guys, man. Love having y'all on. First day back and already got me being heated and nasty.
Smacking flies and
Nuggets
shit.
and 6, Saints 2023. What?
This guy.
Smacking flies and shit.
Oh, no, it's because my watch was just start talking.
Oh, you had to slap him.
Yeah, so I'm like, shut up.
Shut up, Siri.
Final thoughts, Boo Up.
Man, you already know, man. See you guys on Wednesday.
Final thoughts, GK.
RJ Barrett about to take that leap. New York Jets Might not take that leap this year, but we got a lot better.